Halo. Teman-teman, kita nobar langsung yuk. FPX DRX ya.
Yeah, they do go back to
Siapa yang akan menang ya guys ya? No duelist by DRX. Langsung kita nobar bar.
The idea behind the Killjoy comp, their implementation didn't really work, and I didn't feel like it played to their style super well. So I'm happy to see this change. On the other side, though, to talk about FPX, this team has shown two different comps thus far.
Halo KDR, kita nobar dulu guys. Slot bantai optik bang, iya optik kasihan banget.
But it seems like they're again landing on this
Gila,
race comp.
optik dibantai-bantai guys.
Zipan to step up as an individual.
No duelist, ada duelist, ada Zipan, ada race.
Just having the solo fade on FPX right now is
Ganti di bentar ya guys, boleh nggak? Ganti
DRX
soundnya dulu guys.
Enak
kayak headset cok, capek.
Sometimes the fade dog be playing at. So I'm gonna be looking onto that chamber player to make a lot of impact in terms of the early round.
Fade, nggak pakai sofa kan? Tuh main pakai fade guys. Tuh main pakai fade adik-adik. Telat nggak bang? Nggak telat saya. ASRock main pertama, main siapa ini ya? Sugetsu kan nih? Wallnya Sugetsu bakal kayak kemarin kah? Nonton Indonesia aja bang, biar cepet cok. Kalau Indonesia agak delay.
How do you think DRX counters FPX here? What are their chances? How are we looking?
Info polling bang, halo bang, DRX team bang, halo.
Incredibly strong game. We've seen him pop in the past. Stacks as well, somebody who's kind of bringing up the rear in their series versus Fnatic.
FPX sih.
DRX
dong. DRX dong. Lot ke final bang, iya lot final anjir. Iya tim Latam pertama kan ke final. Champion. Udah pernah ke final ya? Lot udah pernah ke final kan, Lot Optik kan kalau nggak salah. Master Berlin dia ya?
Thank you so much, Chrissy. The crowd is electric.
Beres kaliin lagi dong FPX-nya. Nah.
The tension building behind us. It's gonna be a good match.
It's literally dueling chance right off the bat. Multiple times.
2-0 kan langsung bro. Pernah di Rejavik ya.
The rematch history between these two teams, not just here.
Yeah.
Right. You rewind time back a little bit. Go back into the.
Benkai masih kerja di situ guys. Yang lain udah pulang, Benkai masih kerja loh. Bang, reaction YouTube fanpage 2022. Hah, emang ada guys ya? We will see. Apakah Bas dan kawan-kawan bisa membantai 2-0 FPX yang kemarin banyak drama ya, atau tidak? Gua nggak nyalain lampu guys ya, biar nggak pusing mata gua. Oke, belap-belapan gini aja guys ya, nggak apa-apa ya. Yang menang lawan Optik ya? Iya, Lot menang lawan Optik. Optik berarti tunggu di bawah ya. Yang menang ini lawan Optik ntar. Buat ke Grand Final.
FPX potential second one and DRX their first ever.
Ini mapnya FPX. Oke. Tapangnya bro. Oh, RB pakai ini cok. Enak banget sih, coba kalau pakainya pakai ini enak ya. Pakai apa? Pakai si Kayo karena banyak angle guys, pisaunya bisa buat ngecek ini. Angle sama nge-smoke. Anjing.
He just exploded.
And the problem here is this wall is going to fall, but they're not fast enough actually with the pistols.
Second time's a charm, or so they say. The spike eventually does get planted.
Oke, santai. Kok burik ya? Kok burik, brother? Combo haram fade sama res iya sih. Ya. Oh, di save pasti.
Has to peel back. Buzz waiting for their challenge. Boy, did he get one. But can Mako? I don't know that it's gonna be enough. Yeah, Angel's just gonna stick it.
Wah, di wall, cok.
There was not enough in the post plant.
Di wall udah pasti menang sih tuh.
Only one molly there for Mako and all the players that he was leaving to fight.
Oh my god. Mako dapat 3 anjir.
DRX started that series as well. Against Fnatic on
8 kok. Oh, FPX kalau di lower bracket selalu 8-0. What? Gua khawatir kalau stats pakai Sage bang, enggak. Let's see. Moga DRX mainnya nggak bau ya. Ardis langsung vandal, iya pasti sih. Kill 2 dia. Metanya sekarang itu guys, beli dua heavy weapon buat biar bisa menang bonus nanti. Oh, burik-burik gini sih, kenapa sih anjing?
I know DRX are set up towards A, but look at that brutal setup down B long. You've got Artist with a Vandal and Zipan with the Guardian.
Immediately getting the heal off too, so he gets happy to face check there with no risk. And the wall funnels them too. They're playing the Sensei Eco very well so far. You even have Angel now rotating over. Ready potentially for a hot when this wall comes back up.
Cakah, The Bus dapat satu at least. Bus dapat satu, untung banget sih.
By the season 8 combo previously. Still holding the spike in the same spot he was in before. A couple of spams through the Viper wall, nothing doing quite yet. Mako
Hit wall here. They could be really up close though.
It's a really late wall.
Oh, ditutup, Cok.
Shao's already spotted the first. A little bit of spam through. There's still time to pivot.
Gila, scan-nya dihancurin terus, Cok. Scan-nya nggak ada yang berhasil, guys.
But for now they stay. For now they hold their ground. Committed to getting into A. At whatever which way
Buzz.
possible. Buzz from up top with the headhunter's gonna get one down. 4v4 here. The fact that they've gotten this far up, the fact that they've gotten the spike down is impressive in and of itself. But Sugetsu with the spam through the smoke shows he's pretty impressive himself. Now you see DRX start to fall apart. Sugetsu has already gotten 3 on the round. And while Mako has 2 this time, surely. Oh my god.
What?
Oh my gosh! And he still has lineups! He still has 2!
The orb isn't down though.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness,
He's
Artist.
just gonna hold it.
He could definitely hold it through that even.
Mako, Artist goes up top. Mako's so weak, he has to back up. Second Molly gone. No more post plant to deal with. Artist has a massive decision before him. Artist on the tap. The swing! And Artist stops disaster.
Gila, Mako lagi panas nih, guys.
Down the 1v4.
My goodness.
That was so ridiculously close. But talk about goal achieved, Doug.
Anjir, Mako
4
serem
kills
banget
on the
anjing.
round, and that is not something that happens to FPX.
No, bro, with a ghost.
Wah, gila anjing.
It's 2 plants now too for DRX. Huge buy available for them. FPX, honestly.
Itu kalau misalnya itu 1 lawan 4, 1 lawan 3 menang tuh, guys.
Yeah, remember they invested 2 Spectres, a Guardian, and a Vandal. The Vandal's the only one that survived.
Pasti kalah sih bonus run.
Actually, I'm still gonna go for it. But look at Mako. He has his Viper's Pit online already. So win condition here for FPX. Make sure they don't get on the site, especially this B side.
Artist playing top yellow. And really everyone from DRX is here.
Wah, dapat nih hari satu nih.
Patience from the attacking side is now the utility goes up. Now they want to make a play. Artist
Mundur, nice, dia tahu.
Hitting him back and Artist goes back in.
Everybody flashed.
Yeah, but this time
Nice
there's
banget,
nothing for him
RB.
to get out with.
Oh, ini wallnya apaan tuh, Cok?
Stacks on the plant. Angel playing close by.
Super unconventional.
Bro, liat gue wall begitu, Cok.
Well, I mean, there's no way you can get those nades in.
Not easily. And now you have
Anjing, Mako udah ada ulti, guys.
Angel trying to clear out back yellow. Not able to succeed either. But maybe Zipan can. A 4v3 here. Zipan the only one with a weapon. The only one. Actually, Xiao just upgraded. Now he has a Vandal. Still so healthy. DRX are still so patient. Oh my gosh. Oh no! Xiao only gets 1, but Zipan's gotten 3 on the round. How has Sax gotten to this point? A 1v1. Sugetsu on the swing. There's not anything
Hampir,
there.
anjing.
The Red Bull clutch for Stax.
Hampir kalah lo DRX lo.
And it was heroics. It was fireworks.
Berkala itu, Cok, coba,
It
Cok.
was so electric the last
Gara-gara
two
naik ke atas
times
gitu loh,
these
bisa
two
naik ke atas
teams played.
wallnya anjing. Wallnya si Seagate tai juga ya. Seagate kalau wallnya pas itu bisa kayak gitu, guys.
And it's got everybody excited for what's to come. Look at this. The dive down from the FPX player, Xiao. I mean, he almost got 2 even.
Yeah, he did.
And Stax holds strong. That is ridiculous.
Berkala, coba berkala itu. Kalau kalah sih kesel sih.
Their pit of their own now.
Bro, if every round is going to be like that, we're in for a wild ride.
Look at that slow as well. No, the pits. It failed.
Gagal ultinya gara-gara kena slow, guys.
And you know that's everybody's thinking right now. The chip on the shoulder coming in with FPX, and that's what happens.
Oh my gosh.
Artist.
Oh, tried getting away.
Emang bisa gitu, ngabak, itu ngabak. Gue juga pernah kok, gue pernah kayak gitu, guys. Jadi kalau lu naruhnya di sebelah kanan, dia nggak akan turun.
And the
Ngerti nggak sih lu?
entire game plan was
Lu harus
set up
naruhnya di sebelah
to
kiri.
use that pit.
Bisa, emang bisa. Gue dari
See
dulu
what
tuh gue udah
happens
tahu.
here, but
Lo taruhnya harus di tengah-tengah. Ini kan pipes tuh. Lo taruh di tengah-tengah. Kalau taruhnya di samping langsung ngebug dia. Bukan ngebug sih bilangnya, dia nggak gagal, nggak turun. Gue pernah anjing gagal gitu, gue ketawa anjing, ini kenapa jadi begini ulti gue. Makanya dia slow kan, dia nge-slow itu emang dia tahu. Masa sampai lo anjing. Pasti yang sering main apa, yang pernah main Viper tahu deh pasti. Gue pernah ngebug, gue bukan ngebug sih, gue bilang gue kira ngebug, tapi padahal enggak. Gila, nice banget DRX. Gila men, retake-nya aduh. Emang wall-nya buat diffuse-nya bagus tadi guys sih ini. Di apa? Pisau. Di stacks bagus banget ini. Set dapat 1, buka dapat 2. Itu sih yang bikin GG. Nice. Bisa. Ketat masih ketat nih. Tapi kalau DRX lagi wangi sih gue yakin DRX bisa menang sih. Gue berharap DRX tuh nggak nge-whiff aja, nggak ngecok. Ini lawan bracket final ya. Yang menang lawan Optik buat maju ke grand final besok. Oh gelap bang, gelap apa guys? Apanya gelap? Andai aku jadi. Di Bas harusnya. Bas kalau mau ngambil ini sih buat ulti, buat next round. Wah mati juga dapat ulti sih. Tuh ketahuan gitu. Dia cuma lihat cok.
He did get RB.
And Sugetsu swung at the exact same time, but the res brings RB back.
Lower final dulu bang, bukan grand final. Iya lower final dulu emang, sampai bilang grand final. Final nanti, ini wallnya tai banget. Anjing, Sugetsu. Tenang banget dia, cok.
Look at that patience from Zestu. He could have gone for that kill, but he falls back into his team, where he can be more effectively traded. Sugetsu's getting a lot of space here, though.
Aduh, nice banget, cok. Ada lagu bang buat oppa stacks bang, yang menang lawan Optik betul. Bang lanjut The Walking Zombie, bang Winda aja nggak kelar-kelar guys, susah guys. Kayak susah mainnya, kemarin gue tuh ngebug juga, bukan ngebug ya. Misinya nggak ada lagi, gue bingung. Bawaan bang ketutupan emang ya. Mau gue pakai nih ya, mau gue pakai green screen. Gue pakai green screen deh, biar kalian ngawet. Batu cok.
You're seeing a very composed DRX right off the bat.
Dah tuh.
Specifically Zest there.
Tekan dah tuh. Yang mas ini kan.
Stacks. Everybody super strong to start things off.
Again, seemingly unfazed by
Dah ya.
they're making right now. A cozy one-round lead. You see Artis, who had the tour de force, as you mentioned, starting to control mid-map. Boy, has he gone up far.
Alright.
You see the knife,
Ya mati.
prowler, you see the
that nade.
Gila bagus banget netnya, cok.
As soon as they're setting up to actually
Itu
use
si Fate-nya sama si Race-nya GG sih. Dapat timingnya.
So they use a nade and a seize. And it's perfectly placed. Now Zipan can cause so much trouble with the showstopper.
Oh justru game baru seru nggak? Sorry OT, seru sumpah seru. Seru tuh lu mainin dah. Kalau yang suka game RPG suka seru game story. Gak mati what?
Nobody's swinging
What?
with him there. Xiao way too far away from the wall. Doesn't want to go through the decay either.
Stacks playing close by is now Xiao. You mentioned he was one of the few that remained. Having to deal with that pesky wall.
Jadi selalu nge-wallnya buat nge-diffuse ya si Sao ya.
Artist has to find value out of this tour de force here. He still has a Vandal he's managed to upgrade to as well. Sugetsu has fallen. Artist with the ult. Oh, the timing's not good. Can Xiao do it on his own? No. Mako gets 3, DRX get 4.
Bisa. Gila Mako 44 coy. Panas banget Mako guys. Artis nggak nyala, ya belum dapat momen kali.
Bang tanggal 24 sampai 26 ada open beta COD.
Oke, coba kayaknya gue males deh. Gue main COD tuh gue kurang suka gameplay COD deh guys, yang perang-perang battle royale gitu gue kurang menikmati banget aja sih. Cuma lihat sih ntar gue lihat ntar ya guys ya kalau gratis ya. Gue lihat ya multiplayer ya.
Last 4 rounds. Cozy on money, still have a couple volts to work with too, including RBs.
There's 2 players here close.
Maafkan bila cintaku.
Oh my goodness, he is with nothing but a
Nice banget
Spectre.
RB. RB lagi Ardis. Tak mungkin bisa ku.
They're gonna actually push.
They're gonna swing
Yeah.
into him. Oh my gosh, they're gonna swing into him.
Anjir Bas, nice banget swingnya.
The knives are out. Why are the knives out? They're just not committing to that push. Want to fall back instead.
They seem hesitant, apprehensive. They all over. Really every decision before him, and indecision is failure oftentimes.
Itu diffuse-nya sih, itu diffuse susah sih, Cok.
On that approach. Walking up close.
Pas seru Bang, lu jago tembak-tembak juga ntar ya, gue lihat sih.
And that could have made a difference.
Pas dapat 4 bro, Bas menyala, Mako menyala, menang sih. 2-0 yuk. 2-0. 2-0 yuk. Belumnya kurang Mako ya, Mako lagi nyala nih, enak nih.
Needs to start being able to take these first contacts. He's just not finding the right site so far in this game. He did swap over to that B site, but only when he had the Guardian.
Bisa kalau ngomong gitu malah kalah yuk, salah gua gitu kalau ngomong gitu. Enggak lah. Vandal apa Phantom Bang?
You need to find him value immediately. So I'm looking for a mid push here from artists.
Vandal apa Phantom ya? Gua sih tergantung M guys.
Have to see him getting involved early, not late, not trying to rotate in past the Viper's wall, while his teammates are really making the space gathering that he needs.
DRX's approach has netted them a 3-round lead. They're not running a duelist at all, so there is no crazy go.
Bentar guys. Wait.
And it's cost FPX this. You're right. Artist has not found as much value as we are used to seeing him find here.
Yeah.
And maybe this round is where they can turn it around. You see the operator in his hands, light armor.
Gas DRX upper, bukan DRX upper. Gas DRX lawan optik. Itu dia. Lama-lama tadi udah mabar sama Sandy barusan. Gak upper sih, maksudnya kayak lawan DRX udah lihat. Nih DRX pokoknya menang lanjut, kalah pulang, itu doang, sama semua. Eko ada lower bracket soalnya. Tinggal nunggu doang. Pas sama lot Bang. Agak DRX lawan optik kan lot udah menang. Lot menang. Optik turun. Ntar yang menang ini akan melawan optik buat terakhir menuju ke grand final gitu. Apa kontrol gokil lah. Nah itu dia. Cari kontrol yang gokil tuh susah tau guys. Gua aja jadi controller, jadi smoker aja nggak segampang itu Cok. Susah. 3 juara Bang ya. Ini udah top 3 sih hitungannya. Wah, dapat. Dibantai, Cok. Dilukai guys dengan utility. 3 utility buat 1 orang guys ya.
Pings them up, but there's no follow-up, so they can easily wait this out. A little concerned now about the flank because Buzz is down, so look at all of them basically watching the back.
Lawannya artis nih bahaya, tapi mati sih. Top 4, betul udah top 4. Ya kenapa burik-burik gitu, suka burik-burik gitu ya. Halo, burik-burik tambah burik.
30 seconds left.
Nice, Mako gila. Gila, lagi panas guys.
He can snatch it back. Can Mako do this 1v2? He's waiting. You see the rotation starting to come through. He has already spotted Zipan. Who else is there? Spots them both. 13 seconds left.
They got time on their side.
Down, and it's a game of chicken. Challenges them to swing.
Nge-plan di situ dia. Aneh banget dah si Mako. Kenapa nge-plan di situ, Cok?
Has been good on this role specifically.
Yeah, he has.
He's been really close to artists on any sort of statistical leaderboard, and also contributing so much to the entries, no matter what role he plays. But it's just much No, more captivating to see him play this Raze on this map instead of the KO, which
Ardis OP-nya sih, emang OP-nya Ardis sih. Mako turu enggak, Mako sebenarnya lagi jago guys, cuman ya udah. Ada ulti 3 sih harusnya menang sini. 3-6 sih.
Now it's DRX who call an early timeout. We're still in the first half.
Udah makan lapar lagi coy, cepet banget laparnya ya.
Just this one round that went in favor of FPX. DRX decides to throw the brakes on this thing, and we've seen a couple times throughout the tournament the galaxy brain chess moves that this guy on your screen can pull off.
Bahaya tuh bang, bahaya apa?
Once he has a read on a situation, to be a fly on the wall right now in those comms.
Terus mau kapasitasnya 1 tera bang, iya ya. Bikin mie ricis lagi bang Rio, jangan dong. Udah pernah nyoba mouse pulsar, udah aja 1 mouse pulsar gua. Lama. Yang kabel. Lot lagi. Tadi gua nonton sekilas ya. Lot aimnya gila sih bro. Dia kalau lagi panas 55-nya, aim powernya sih gila ya. Yang mau nandingin aim dia sih kepalanya langsung hilang coy. Kalau nggak lu palain dia duluan, dia palain lu pasti langsung. Defendernya ya. DRX cost-nya 4, cost-nya 1, analisnya 2 apa 3 gitu. Analis itu cuma bisa mempersiapkan sebelum match, kalau udah match-nya nggak bisa ngomong. Yang bisa ngomong cuma coach doang. Nah si Ye kalau nggak nyala selesai sih udah. Udah optik sih kayak bakal selesai. Kalau Ye nggak nyala udah. Dia kan Ye e-sport.
DRX maybe okay with that. Look, RB and Stacks are both up top already. Excuse me. Yeah, it all works out. Angel's already fallen. Wall goes up. Remember how important that's been to their success. There's got to be a challenge. You can't let him
RB gila men, ngepik-ngepiknya.
Now the Viper's
pasti menang sih. Dia pasti Iko sih. Pasti dia nge-save deh. Bertiga nih nge-save nih. Kalau dijabanin.
It seems gorgeous. Full control in this round. Full control in this site.
Lu mendingan Iko dah, nggak berani lu masuk pasnya. Kabur pasti cowok, kena ulti juga udah bagaimana coy. Karena sih mau beli di TSM. TSM tergantung timnya lagi sih guys.
Oh no. Oh no.
I mean, you don't expect a little random attacker to walk out of your own spawn.
Anjing nge-whiff cok, Ardis cok. Baru liat gua Ardis nge-whiff.
Could end up being a pivotal miss.
Yeah, perhaps ominous.
If they can't break the economy at some point this game, this half. I mean,
gila RB lagi kenceng pantomnya.
RB man, this guy has been phenomenal this event. Always been the punching bag, I think.
Ardis juga manusia punya. Jason jadi bukan, itu cuma iseng doang. Dia Paperrex tetap bakal jadi Paperrex yang lama kok, tenang aja. Untuk beberapa tahun ke depan, insya Allah masih nggak ganti personil ya. Ugetsu, gila Sogetsu main M itu juga.
With the exception of Mako, who's making sure there's no one on the field. They're gonna go here. No ultimates on the side of FPX. Sugetsu's close.
Gila, dua orang nge-pick, masih di-pick lagi semuanya.
Nothing to break that high-low setup. Just nothing.
Tambah player baru nggak bang? Kayaknya sih enggak sih harusnya.
And there's just nothing else.
Yeah.
Jackson ke DRS, Sandy masuk PRX. Jadi apa Sandy? Ini apa? Jadi tokang yang mengalah gitu. Wah anjing Mako dapetnya cok. Cok, pakai masih ada sih. Mako dapat 2 guys, lumayan juga sih. Di swing semua anjing. Kayak nyari duit soalnya mereka miskin. Mereka nggak revive supaya dapat duit. Jing tapi wamil, Jing belum wamil sih, tergantung. Kalau dia kuliah dulu dia nggak wamil. Masih bisa lah main setahun 2 tahun guys. Kelarin kuliah dulu baru wamil nanti.
A little bit of time to pull off a lot if you want to get Shao into the res here.
I mean, there were still 2 players up, so let's see though. Sugetsu swapped now over towards this B side completely. Last round he was paired up with the 2 who had that high-low set.
Perem pem pem. Walau hujan tak kunjung mendatang, pasti ada DRX.
He wasn't able to close out the round, but he had gotten 2 kills.
They're doing a great job disrupting him though. That slow that's landing top pipes, that's Artist's most preferred position.
Jing SG 9 bulan ya bawa Wamil. Wamil lama anjir 2 tahun.
Or down below.
SG ada Wamil ada.
That's just as risky as well.
All right, and the Prowler clears that out.
Orangnya agak besarin bang, kurang gede. Oke.
Denying Artist any of that early space that he wants, and as Chamber, it's really
Belum,
hard to get
belum.
back in there.
Jing ganti Sandy bang, sama-sama main Seagate ya juga sih bisa sih.
Exactly what he's doing. Now he's got the rendezvous set up so he can get away safely.
That knife from RP is up again though. Yeah, he has to get out.
Kena anjing. What?
They're being very calculated about Artist. You're absolutely right, and you saw it there again. But you
Anjing
can't keep him down
dapat
for
dong
long,
Artist.
can ya?
Nah, sebenarnya OP.
Oh my goodness.
It was a quick swing out from RB. And Artist gives the space back up. You see him trying to spam through that wall at the net.
That's gonna get, oh my goodness, he has
And
to
almost
get
got
up.
spammed, and there's Zipan with the
Aduh,
ult.
Zipan dapat nggak
The
tuh?
Phantom gets 1, not able to get the second. 4v3 in favor of FPX.
Stax has his res. It's behind the wall right now. They want to go for it. They're going for it.
But Artist is still
Aduh.
the problem, but it was a bait to get. He cannot do it all on his own.
Gila trap
And he
killnya
gets
bro.
plant money.
And mistakes were made here in this round by DRX. I mean, they didn't have the presence that they normally do on top
Lu kalau
410.
ikut RRQ, stream
Yes,
kayak
they
Bang Winda
nullify
tergantung
Artist
pembayaran.
Almost completely, because he still gets more
Enggak lah,
value.
enggak. Gue tetap PPR sih. Gue masih setia dengan Paperrex guys ya.
Phil. Yeah, that's absolute Phil.
Gila, Stax dapat 3 anjing. Tang atas bawah kiri. Kok waduh bang, bagus.
Last round of the half, he seems to be having a good time.
Lu kapan main di Paperrex? Gue nggak main enggak lah. Escuret nggak mau masuk Valo bang. Escuret kan udah capek guys di Pro Scene. Stax nyala nih nyala. Ardis pakai OP ya. Ardis ulti.
Now in this last round. Doesn't find him though, so they know potentially he's lurking here.
Here's a cheeky little setup. Artist holding this low angle.
There.
While Zipan's close by up top.
They have a potential to pounce here. You know that.
Escuret kerja kantoran. Iya ya, dia ada kerja sama bisnis kayaknya ya.
Artist can stick it, and Zipan can jump on top pipes here.
About 15 seconds roughly before he gets it back.
Oh, Wando ngajakin main Valorant. Udah pernah main tuh, cuman belum untuk stream belum sih dia.
It's up right now.
Still though, Mako has the threat of lurking down mid.
And there's really nothing to hold it. I mean, you've got Angel who's looking close by. Oh, and they just dropped the Haunt in there too.
Oh, dengeran nggak sih Cok pas lompat ke atas itu guys?
Rotation start to come through. RB waiting with the flash and the Prowler to clear him out. They spotted the knife, and that should give them some space. But they're going to repeat. They're going to go right back into it. Angel's already fallen, but Zipan's still here. And there are 2 beneath them! Right before him, and Zipan does it again!
Zipan susu miau miau miau. Zipan susu miau miau. Anjay Zipan Cok.
And what a way to close out the half.
Zipan! Anjing Zipan juga hyper carry guys.
Surely we gotta look at that one again.
That was just unreal. A couple of taps. Swinging into, I mean, obviously
Anjing tang tung tung.
or it doesn't have his gun out, but still just gorgeous stuff.
I mean, to get 4 there, to have gotten 3, and then to re-swing and challenge that angle again. Oh, what a half. What a play.
So kemarin nyala bang. Ya tergantung lah, namanya tim berlima guys. Temannya ada yang nyala, ntar yang kalau nggak nyala temannya galaxy nyala. Hai Benkai. Kabar. Kenal aku nggak Ben?
Yeah, you can just see the back and forth between these 2 teams, man. Like, and you can just see how well prepped the DRX is when they're executing into the site, and how happy FPX is to just play back and just play that retake with them every time.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried yet, mainly because this guy is still in the lobby. Mako has been putting up incredible figures, and this is the kind of performance that we need to see from him. Mako was utterly impeccable. He was a big part of why they were able to win versus Fnatic, and right now with the performance that he is showing, it's just crazy to see how he's able to close out these rounds time and time again.
Yeah, he's been so incredible in his clutches, but FPX is great clutch as well.
Yeah, as you can see from this pistol round over here, they started off with a beautiful C snake, And then you could see them using the elevation to just push in front and create space for that stage to put up their wall and get that defuse in.
Yeah, really good stuff out of them. You even see they have the deep orb there to lean into the retake, a sage wall up to close things out. FPX is really solid with this composition, and the first time that I saw this raise fade that they were showing on this map, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I felt like they struggled to shut down the plants, but they really were playing well to the win conditions here. Although, as we look ahead towards our second half now, I think the player to keep our eyes on is definitely Sugetsu. He's been really, really stellar for this team throughout their run at the tournament.
Sugetsu attack ya dia. Oh, attacknya nih sih. Sugetsu bakal ngelurk nih guys. Udah balik ke Istanbul bang. Hah? Apa? Flavor itu siapa bang? Jason Sutanto, tapi udah nggak ada. Minta kalah.
Definitely gonna have my eyes trained on where's Sugetsu, where Mako, these two Viper players. They put up incredible performances so far throughout this tournament. Sugetsu is going to be instrumental if FPX are looking to turn this around.
Yeah, and the thing that I'm just so happy about is just watching these two Viper players not play from the back and just play after plant lineups. I'm just so happy that they're so happy to just go in front and just hold it down on the side for their team.
Well, it's certainly going to be an exciting second half of the game, and maybe we'll get a map 3 here. It's looking very exciting between these two teams.
Looking very excited, you know.
Thank you so much, Chrissy. I think the desk hit the nail on the head. This has felt like a slugfest between these two teams where
alright, map ke-1 babak kedua di mana DRX masih memimpin 7-5. Apakah DRX dapatkan pistoron atau udah menuju ke 9-5 ya guys ya? Mau apa sih gue, Cok?
If they pull off another lower bracket run, that's just it. I mean, they're already so deep that it's unbelievable.
Tapi Bas biasa aja, Cok. Satu topik. Nah sekali ya. Gak kena nih zipannya. Rugi dia, Cok. Rugi deh. Rugi 30 HP sama 1 peluru. Bukan mereka main 3-1-1 guys. Yang sisanya tuh nungguin ngehold mid, ngehold mana. Kalau dia masuk dia ngelep, dia bakal masuk tuh yang lain. Maka lawan Sugetsu lihat nih, ke A nih.
The thing is, Sugetsu also hasn't gotten up super far, right? So they don't really understand what pressure is awaiting for them on A.
50 seconds, a lot of time to work through it, but not much utility. Angel's already used his prowler. The nice thing here, look at our position, all the way up B. Can easily catch rotators to hit a nasty flank.
And what I like about it, how FPX are playing this, is they're hedging bets on both sides, right? Like, they take some space B, pivot back to A, they could pivot back B if needed, or Artist can just hit the late.
He's all the way deep. Buzz might have just spotted him, though.
Oh, look at how far back he is, and they're going to rotate into him. He's got to get a kill here. If he falls, the rotation back towards B is in trouble. It's in peril. Artist trying to dance, trying to stay alive, and you feel them start to swarm, and Artist falls. But the thing is, with 15 seconds left, they don't really have time to go anywhere else. They have to commit to be here.
At the wall, they can easily plant. Oh, the nade go through that wall.
Oh, Sugetsu!
Dapat 2 Sugetsu anjing.
Xiao gets to play it down to 4v3, turns into a 4v1!
There's no segments left, and they're still taking the
Kaos tinggal sisa sendiri, Cok.
The late round
apa sih teman-temannya?
The late pivot.
Everybody out of position, dealing with Artist's flank and Sugetsu in mid.
Boy, did that pay off. FPX win the second round pistol. We called it, man. It's a juggernaut match, right? This is a heavyweight fight.
Tadi udah ini guys, udah dapat timing tuh si Bas.
Second pistol for FPX as well. Look at this from Sugetsu, man. Finds the perfect time to inch his way in there, separate the two, and even find stacks falling off the boiler.
Ciba Loma. Wilson.
Not amused. Sunglasses look good though.
Kang styling as always.
5 stack towards B from DRX off of the knife, and there's everyone here. Zipan's gotten past it though. He satchels his way up. The Prowler's gonna spot one.
This is a stack. You mentioned it, all 5 players here, but they're working him right now. Zipan on top, Artist down on bottom, and that nade is perfect to do damage to both him and Zest down below.
This has been so well played from FPX. FPX, man.
Di heal. Oke, nggak apa-apa, dapat satu.
Far cry difference
Lumayan dapat satu, guys.
from that anti-eco in the first half.
Gila, Zipan dapat angle ya,
Felt out
angle.
the stack. They got a couple kills of it. Did cut their
Dua
losses.
vandal, cok, anjir. Zipan sama angle, guys.
Sugetsu, he's all the way deep.
Nge-swing, kena bom, itu kena bom dia.
Continue to expose the soft sides of the map like this, DRX are in trouble. I think the fact that we've already seen FPX circumnavigate the defenses of DRX, I mean, it's only been 2 rounds.
Yeah, but it's only been 2 rounds, all right? This is an eco trying to stack him off. Yes, though. I mean, on that pistol round, you're certainly right.
Ditinggal, cok, ditinggal, cok. Awas
It
di
reminds
atas.
me of the way that Optic ends up working the rotations against all sorts of teams, but DRX specifically.
Sugetsu just on the other side. And the timing, it didn't look like it was going to work in his favor, but he does eventually swing out, get the last 2 with the Ghost, and get FPX to 7.
Gila, Sugetsu panas lagi, cok.
Very happy to hunt kills.
Ini bahaya, guys,
Not
kalau
only does he
Sugetsu
want
panas
the
ya. Ini
gold
berbahaya, ini berbahaya, ini berbahaya, ini berbahaya
He's
ya,
only
guys.
got the Ghost, not worried about losing that to them at all. 7-7, we're all tied up.
Nah, ya mereka beli juga ya, sama-sama beli. Ini bisa dapat bonus roundnya ke FPX ya, momentumnya.
The second half.
Ini kalau kalah, bahaya nih. DRX bisa miskin.
Huge bonus here from FPX. 4 rifles, excuse me. And DRX also a little bit of a weak purchase in terms of the armor at least. Same thing though on the FPX side. And note, the only Phantom in the server, actually 2 Phantoms, Buzz and Mako. So all that light armor on the side of FPX.
Terus kurang panas ya, kurang sih Buzz sama Stux biasanya panas, cuman ya udah biasa aja gitu, nggak yang overheat gini. Kalau overheat tuh si Zipan tuh lagi overheat tuh, yang pakai pala terus anjing.
Cheating towards A. You do have
No way up, no way up.
In Buzz and Stacks. And they're about to have their hands full, man. Oh, he spotted a shoulder. But is that enough to draw rotates? You see the nade, he's got to get away. Buzz looking for reswing, he spotted one too. Now the Prowler down, the wall up. And somehow FPX have made their way through this site.
Aduh, nggak ada combo, cok, nggak ada defend ininya, guys. Dikasih plan, cok, susah ini post plannya anjir. Maksudnya kayak susah ini retake-nya.
Sugetsu on the bottom of the minimap there, checking the flank. He also has 2 mollies he can deal with proposed plant.
Cheeky position there from Artis. Easily spammable if they find it out. Ooh, what a molly.
And then give this face up, and no, forget the spam. It's Artis who's gonna get the kill. Princess on the swing.
Ciao.
Oh my gosh, he was just on the other side, but he's caught. He's patient, and he's rewarded.
Si Xiao dapat 2 loh, cok, anjing. Damn,
You mentioned it was a big bonus. They convert. They deliver.
Kaya ada mereka, sumpah kaya banget ini, duitnya 5.000 semua, cok.
The potential to go up now to 9 rounds. The potential to really take control of this game after losing it early in that first half. Speaking of Xiao, I mean, DRX also not super. Obviously, it's very difficult to be diligent in those positions. There's so many players of FPX up close. There's so many players fighting you at that moment. Super difficult. But Xiao just rips them apart because of it.
Oh,
good spam.
Hampir mati tuh si Buzz.
Very aware Buzz lurking in the midst.
Emosi gaming, waduh.
down to 48 HP. Yeah,
Makanya nih nggak boleh emosi, guys.
Zest did rotate after the haunt information in mid, so getting a little ahead of himself.
What the fuck?
Nade got off though, so plenty of space still helped. Not taking any risks here in this anti-eco to the sheriffs of DRX, and there was plenty of these rounds won from both sides in their initial playoff bout.
Gonna try to rotate back towards B. And now the Prowler only made his way up.
Oke, udah dapat sound pasti ke B nih. Ke B.
Still have to respect the possibility that it's an A hit. And it's not until they see something at B that they can pull off.
30 seconds left.
That seems to be enough. They hear the Satchels going through. They're going to start to dump utilities.
Plus is in the smoke.
DRX have to pull back. And you're right, he's in the smoke. Oh gosh! Quick right click gets the kill!
He's stuck behind the wall. He gets up on the rope. Oh my goodness.
He's still playing up so aggressively.
He's got to get the spike.
Challenge.
The molly missed, so the spike's going down.
Yeah, so gets manages to get it down. Artist still playing.
What?
Oh,
He's got a vandal.
gets the kill!
Dapat 2, Cok.
You're right. Sure. Oh, they don't pick it up. They're just gonna challenge. Maybe they've missed it either way. Zipan's got a 1v2 and it's much more manageable now that there's not a Vandal on the other
Mako,
side.
anjir.
It doesn't matter.
Thrifty gaming ya, guys ya.
RB with the defuse and DRX with the clap back.
Tadi si Bas GG, si Bas Cok masuk ke smoke. Boleh datang dia ngumpet anjir, itu Bas GG. Bas jadi Bas itu guys, momentumnya si Bas itu.
A massive overstep here from FPX. I mean, you could already see there was a buzz in the middle of that.
Sama RB, Bas sama RB gila sih. DRX fangirl
Artist
anjir.
going deep again. Everybody wanted to fight to maintain a little bit of that space and help the players who were going for that plant to get out.
Tapi Stax nggak ngorok juga sih. Stax masih naik juga, cuman ya nggak naik banget lah gitu.
Not gonna really cut too deep, but that's not a round DRX should have won.
Not at all, and it keeps the map close.
Hey, I'm all for it. The closer the better.
I mean, it just continues this.
Bas OP ya. Nah, Bas OP nih guys. Kita harus lihat nih Bas apakah OP-nya berhasil. Karena ada prowler, tapi nggak ada silence, jadi aman guys. Kan nggak ada silence, jadi dia kalau misalnya ada prowler tinggal antara ngumpet, kalau nggak ya tembak.
So what does DRX have cooked up here?
Good banget Cok. Vandaliaris cakep banget emang
so
gitu.
many pits that you could use here in mid.
Maybe
That
a
can
kitchen
cause
one. Yeah.
kitchen. There's the kitchen lurk.
Yep.
The one that goes all the way up top nest.
Is that tower gonna get deep enough? Yeah, it is. Oh, and you heard a lot of gunfire on the other side of that. Really no reason to conceal anymore as you hear him thunderfooting up to into kitchen. Zest is on the other side, but he can't get in. The Prowler can't get in either.
The nest plant is so brutal to deal with, especially without mid control, and Zipon's holding on to it right now. And he even gets RB.
He's gotta find more.
Oh, that's Manfred. Mighty close!
Oh my gosh!
30 seconds left.
The spike wasn't down.
Down B.
And Sugetsu's the Viper now planning.
There's still plenty of time though. There's still
Mako
plenty
lebih
of
kencang,
numbers.
Cok.
Can rest of DRX chip away at what they have set up.
No.
Oh my gosh! It's gotten down to 2!
But I have to ask, why again, Artist? You have the option of staying in the pit.
Punished for his mistake, and now it's a 2v2. Sugetsu still keeping the pit up. As the spike ticks away.
Harus Iko deh. Harus Iko mereka.
Can't get in. You know that rope's being covered.
Oh my gosh, what a hold. And yes, blunders aplenty. But what a hold.
So, okay, they did use a combination. And the typical place to lurk. That'll get the kill. Zipon's gonna potentially chase here. That's 2. Had to get out of there with the plant the way that it was, but to explain Artist, he normally would
gitu
lurk
masuknya
out
kayak
from the on the
kalau
stairs
tipis
right
itu
there you see on your
lo
screen.
masuk antara hoki itu 50-50 guys.
So he's trying
Lo
to get
naik
as bad
antara
as
udah
where
di
they
pick
think
atau
they're
enggak ya
watching.
susah juga sih. Dia udah nge-pick lo duluan pasti.
But it just completely does not work out.
I mean, the timing could not have been worse. That is truly
Kena timing sama si Bas anjing.
And specifically because Buzz is there, right? Anybody else might take their chances of walking into that pit. Buzz with the op, no way. But it's still
Itu ultinya broken banget ya, nggak turun itu guys. Itu ulti broken sih menurut gua. Yang nggak turun itu guys.
Guns available. The side of DRX, we've seen this before. FPX. They put Zipon on top. They use that molly to clear out the boiler spot from Zest. And now Zipon a big threat.
I mean, Artist too. They just used the Roomba to get Artist so much space up.
Ya.
And Artist is a very safe fight given the wall. They could always put that up. Has to chase them through 2.
Bas, dapat 1 Bas. Bas harus dapat nih guys minimal. Aduh, nggak ke lagi Cok. Bas kalau nggak dapat sayang Cok ultinya. OP-nya.
Use some utility here by Zest to clear in. There's the Prowler. They're going to push in front of that wall right now. But even that's not giving you too much information.
No.
Win.
Could still be up in that kitchen segment. They could still be in the 2.
Off of that, you just saw Sax had to check it.
Zipon had to give it up though.
Buat yang mana tuh guys?
2 mollies there. He could have struck with the showstopper. But instead they'll go for the standard here.
Apa lagi nih? 4 kali ya.
5-man death ball towards B.
30 seconds left.
Zipon has ult. He has no satchels to go with. Oh, and Mako spotted off of the Hun, and now the Prowler's there. He still has the Viper's Pit, but he's got a nade on his lap. Oh, but it's not going to hit him. This wall goes up, and he has to try to spam through it. There you hear the ult.
He's seized. Oh, the
They tried
cancel.
clearing the wall.
Oh, kena itu cancel,
RB with his
bro.
ult command at the perfect time, and that showstopper's gone. Mako has his ult too. He can put it down at any
Gila
point
ultinya.
to start this retake off.
Patience right now from the Viper players. Buzz trying to clear out Pack Yellow, trying to see what he can find with the op, and he's going to spot a couple of members, but the shot goes wide. Is there help? Yes! It is help in the way of RB. Sugetsu playing close. They put up a wall of their own, and it easily disintegrates. It melts right before them. A 3v2 here. Sugetsu and Xiao try to hold the line, and so far they've done it. Can Buzz 1v2? No!
Apaan sih kok kalah semua sih, Cok? Waduh, kenapa nih DRX nih?
From Sugetsu and Xiao.
Aduh, kenapa jadi kalah
And again,
semua
it's one of
ya?
those positions
Elah,
where Xiao
eta.
is just tucked, and he does
Udah
such a
pakai
good
berapa
job
ulti,
at not
anjing?
only supporting his teammates. Right here, Xiao
Good night.
holds on against Zest, where Sugetsu gets the first. It's just ping-ponging back off of each other. That was a 2v4.
And those fights are so close, man. It's nice edge. DRX call a timeout here. Still a 2-round game. Still close. Still well within reach.
But
Nih
that's
Bas yang harus main nih, Bas harus main.
To the rest of the DRX players too, because everything went well. They nullified the mid control.
They nullified the showstopper.
All the take ideas from FPX were canceled.
Ini harus di apa? Harus ini guys, harus di outplay. Masih banyak kan outplay mulu nih si
They
DRX.
just couldn't deal with the two. Sugetsu and Xiao.
Pistolnya 4 biji doang bang pelurunya, tapi kalau lu bisa headshot bisa matiin 2 orang, Cok.
Two of the players with the most clutches in this
Kalau headshot lu
tournament.
jago banget bisa 2 orang hilang.
While that might not count for the stats, it's still a 2v4 that is super hard to win.
I'm single.
Yeah, guy, but if you're single, you gotta put your Instagram on there, put your Twitter. Help you
No,
out.
I've been actually doing him dirty though.
We're trying to help the guy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ada ulti 3. Aduh, sayang banget tadi harus dia ngulti si Mako ya.
They have won the only thrifty in this map, but they're gonna have to do it again if they want to keep it close.
11 is a dangerous number.
Yes, it is.
Pas harus dapat sih.
Fast again, the same wall. Zipan on top of two. RB. Oh,
He was much
going through.
more aggressive this time around too. Zest with the Prowler in his face swings around, it's down to 6 HP, and Zipan, you see it, he was expecting the swing from Stacks. Mako's fallen, RB's still close by, but they're just getting ripped to shreds.
Those two picks right now that you see on your screen, the two blue X's of DRX's death. Super unconventional spots. Artist goes all the way up there. And that's a great mix-up.
All the way up. All the way up.
Choosing to use the Nightfall to get into A.
Clears all the site.
Yeah. And Artist is the first to follow, but maybe Buzz with the Tour de Force can do something here. Using an ever-important ultimate. And well, that's certainly gonna help. What the heck was that?
Only 3 bullets in his headhunter.
Only 3 guys left on the other side. Angel, Xiao, and Zipan trying to hold this.
Might as well go for it here.
He slipped ahead, and he spotted 1. He's gotten it down to 2.
That wall's a problem though. He has to play from this side as the chamber. Can't break it.
But there is no post plant. There's really nothing left, so he still has to take the fight, and Xiao's waiting on the other side.
Hai.
And Xiao cleans him up. He was holding
Tiga
the
bas
angle, and
lumayan,
it was
Cok.
all too easy at that point.
3-round lead now for
Ayo,
FPX.
comeback ini
2
ada
rounds
Mako,
away
Mako,
from
Mako,
closing
ulti
out the
Mako.
first map.
6 of the last 7.
Tapi kok juga bisa headshot bang, lebih untung. Headshotnya Ghost itu nggak untung, cuman nggak untung juga guys. Soalnya tembakannya Ghost itu beda guys sama si ini. Dia bisa klik kanan ADS, itu yang enaknya sih dari sheriffnya si ini.
Artist pushed over top of the wall to get in top of the nest on B. Other than that, DRX have not been in control. And that mix-up that FPX just called puts so many thoughts in the coaches and IGL's head right now. RB, can you escape? Good flash.
Very good flash. Remember, Zipan found a lot of value from this spot just a couple of rounds ago.
Really haven't gone for a full push-up kitchen yet. And also, they know that
Oke.
Buzz is playing here.
Kayaknya udah pasti di-hit sini.
Ya,
nggak ditembakin, Cok.
Sugetsu gets unlocked. RB's gonna challenge though. hit awareness. Just have the clock in your head to be able to wait. They're going to re-challenge him, actually. Trying to keep him down in here.
But there are two here. Oh my goodness. He's dangerous with it. He's bold with it.
Nice, text gitu dong.
Artist goes down. Artist goes right back up. Oh, and there was a swing off the Buzz. Somehow Artist stays alive, though. And they've gotten the spike down. DRX was such an advantage. Such a numbers advantage. My goodness, not again. DRX finds one, finds another. They're outnumbered and they don't seem to care.
Nice.
DRX finally
Gitu
come
dong.
alive.
Mau revive. Duit. Soalnya duit, guys. Revive buat duit, guys.
All the kills swinging in their favor there. Artist trying.
6 jantung bang, iya nih.
They're too quick.
Bisa sih comeback nih guys kalau rapi mainnya. Mako udah ulti, udah ulti Mako, cok.
A great shutdown of the mid approach from Sugetsu there.
Gila, Mako dapat 2 anjing.
Artist is on that B side. He's the one leading the charge.
You Makomi, apa sih?
Got a little chuckle out of me. He's the one leading the charge, so they're absolutely happy to take the fight to just the Viper. He can't get out of there. So there's a slow on the side of him. The Haunt's going in as well, and they're pushing him from.
Bas lagi, Bas udah nyala juga sini. Bas sama Mako ya bisa.
And keeping somebody watching the backside of Boiler. Great trap setup.
Ya giliran di B, Basnya di A, cok.
Break the bank right now.
You have to.
And it's a big round to try to stop right now because FPX got this Viper's Pit again. Remember, success that you can find with it.
Hampir mati dia.
So bold, man, in the face of the Haunt. Position given away in the flash there. Somehow he survives.
Survives, but did not get the space. Ponytail from Shao.
Ini Mako bahaya banget sih, cok. Itu gampang di spray tau.
Their way forward. Mako has to hold things, and he's seen 2 members already.
Aduh.
There it is on the second swing. Shao's able to clean it out.
Nice banget.
But Taz
Swing. Swingnya nggak dapet, cok. Aduh.
Artist is left in this 1v3. He's gotten into a 1v2. RB's weak. Buzz is healthy.
He's in front of the wall.
77
He's stuck.
HP, 4 armor. He's gotten it down to 1, but he has no idea where Buzz is. Guessing every which way he can, and Buzz, 3rd time's a charm.
Bas hampir gagal loh guys.
Go wide, but DRX get the round.
Nyaris anjing itu udah habis 2 peluru tuh.
FPX up close.
Oh my gosh.
But it's a meat grinder as well. They got denied the first chance. And then they get really close. They get the wall up and they try to even go further. And they didn't do that the last time. They got stalled.
Gila, hampir kan tuh.
Instead they fell back. Instead they even rotated all the way back to B.
Hampir, cok. Pilihannya FPX. Bisa menang, habis itu Iko. Ini Iko, mereka Iko. Nah, ini harusnya 11-11. Kalau ini menang, ini pasti menang, harusnya menang ya, pasti menang ya. 11-11. Menang 12-11 udah pasti menang. Harusnya di Iko lagi 2 kali.
They're able to get up close on A almost every single time, closing the distance and using those stingers to burst past the time you think that they're getting stopped. Yes, Stacks is here. Yes, Mako's here. They can get both of those key utility factors to delay down. But if
delay down,
let's go anyways. I can find room for artists to work absolute magic with that Vandal.
It may be overwhelming on the other side. Defense gotta close the gap. There it is.
Gila, nice banget timingnya si Stacks.
Stacks was happy to greet him there.
He was so far ahead of his team.
Kayaknya nggak bisa deh nih, berat nih. Nah, flawless, gua rasa sih kena Malik mati 1 kalau nggak flawless. Harusnya sih gempuran mereka nggak sekuat itu ya. Ini si Hadis kayaknya bakal susah sih dapat 1 sih.
So same thing that you faced last time if you're DRX. You know how you shut it down. Use the wall to get in behind them and all fight at the same time from all sides of the site.
Note here, Zest and RB have He ults it.
Stax jangan ngepick sih itu. Kalau Stax ngepick mati sih guys dia guys. Dia sendiri soalnya.
Waiting for whatever the Q is. Mako's already spotted one. And Sax actually gets the first kill on the shout. Yeah, the Stingers are just not
Bukan,
doing
gua
what they
bilang.
were intended to
Lolos
do
kan? Nah, kan?
whatsoever. The prime gaming flawless to bring us to 11 apiece.
Nah ini kalau kalah FPX auto gugur map pertama ya.
And they were causing fits at the beginning, but you're right.
It's all tied up and the DRX fans back in the building.
Marah-marah mampus Ardis marah-marah. Angel 5-18 cok.
Is forcing a lot of weaker bias here out of FPX, so a little bit of an over-investment right now, and they have to fight. The better buy here from DRX.
Again, an aggressive spot from Sepan as he's gotten down low, and I don't think they know that
He's
he's
so
swung
far
around
ahead
the
again.
corner.
Nice spot,
Oh,
RB.
but RB saves the day!
Again, he's by himself, completely untradeable. And his teammates didn't even get extra space, they don't even know!
Aduh, what? 20?
Buzz.
I thought that hit.
It did hit.
I thought it hit harder.
Anjing nggak mati loh. Itu badan loh guys.
5 and 18. He was crazy good in the game against Xset. He was the guy. Instead of Sugetsu and Shout, was him and one of those two.
He was electric. Buzz not able to hit the elbow on that shot.
The slow moves have been no better.
Hampir mati dia.
Back that thing up. Still holding back yellow. Artist on the other side.
RB still has this, no command, just use
Yeah.
it. They can't even execute. 40 seconds left. This delays them for so long, honestly. At this point, what do you do, the team?
Yeah, do you pivot? Do you
30
stay?
seconds left.
You don't have very much time. You don't have very many options either.
It's the last pulse. 20 seconds. To execute at the site, plant down. We saw nothing there.
Good night. That was a white swing though, bro. Now they know you see the nightfall.
Nice banget ya. Gila utility-nya guys. Lihat guys.
Even further as Artist creeps his way up, and with 9 seconds left, they still haven't gotten the spike down. Now Sugetsu trying to do it, and the Haunt's gonna find some value. I don't know that it was enough. Oh, the second kill! There's no time!
Deh. Map 1 DRX. Mereka miskin. Iya miskin. 3 orang miskin.
And no hope. What a good ult.
Both of them, right? The initial delay off of the no command.
That nightfall literally decayed for RB to get that spam. Everybody was healthy on the side of FPX. We didn't have
Si Angel nggak ini guys, bener nggak bisa nembak dia, lagi bau dia si Angel.
Went down the zip on there. They're gonna go for it again. This time, there's no key tools from DRX.
You see the financial implications of how FPX have approached the last few rounds. A Sheriff, a Guardian, a Bulldog, 2 Bulldogs to keep the map alive.
And when the wind conditions is your pit, you don't want a Guardian or a Sheriff. Bulldogs are okay. They just took a little bit of space here towards B, used a little bit of utility, and then fell back. But look at DRX, they're even closer than they've ever been on that lane. So they know what's up.
Wah, ini kayak bakal di retake sini.
has to go huge here.
Absolutely. He's been so good.
25 and 17. He's been the guy to get these spaces done, and he's in the smoke. He disappeared. No.
There's no value found with the ult, but he's taking the space. How much more can he find? There it is. There's a good one.
Gotta find the Viper though. He's still inside.
It has to go down. Mako up top.
Mako dapat 2 nih, Flat. 3 lawan 3 tapi mereka 2 low. Nice banget, Zes. Woo!
DRX take Icebox.
Mako nih, bos.
13-11. The first matchup between these two teams went the absolute distance in the first map. But this one a little less draining than that first one. What was it? 6
Nice one banget sih.
overtimes.
Mako berimob.
We're going to Haven next.
Tuh Mako kalau nggak dapat 2 kalah tuh guys.
FPX saw what happened to them against Fnatic and thought they could do the same, but no, not even close.
Oh my goodness.
Gila.
What a map.
I even forgot about that.
That just feels
Tuh
so
Mystic tuh. Mystic lagi nobar tuh Mystic.
just ridiculous.
Prediksinya bener, coy. Dapat guys ini guys. Mereka tiba-tiba untungnya si DRX ini tuh dia apa? Dia sabar banget nungguinnya guys. Kalau dia nggak sabar udah sih kalah tuh. Terus si Makonya juga berubah, cok.
Yeah, I mean you're right. What was it? 4 rounds in a row at least.
Yeah,
FPX
6 of 7. Yeah. 6 of 7 to start the second half.
Ini sih tai banget si Zipan sih.
Mid split started to come in and it was fully FPX favored.
Ini tertainya Zipan di situ dapat 4.
Work around the same idea and just got shut down. Here's the last round.
RB dapat 2, cok.
Again in a different role, and he has delivered.
Here at Istanbul, he's just been absolutely nasty, just nasty.
And he still has the chance to continue to be nasty. Mako popped off, Buzz popped off. It was a whole team.
Perez kalau defendernya sabar bisa sih lolos ya. Masalah di Paperrex tuh playstyle-nya defendernya enggak yang santai-santai kayak gitu.
We went the entire distance, and we still got more here between these two teams. Last chance for both of them, but FPX now down a map.
Their map too. Whether they remain Ashes or become the Phoenix is up to them. We'll be right back.
Alright, we back to the back. Kita nonton siapa dulu ya, sambil nunggu map kedua yang bakal 2-0 sepertinya. Bang Winda lagi buka ini, guys.
Sebebasnya bayar pakai apa aja di Tokopedia.
Lagi buka Pokemon, kartu Pokemon.
Beli mobil DRX Autos juga gratis biaya perawatan. Pokoknya untung deh lo.
OLX Autos. IGN nih, banyak cuy. Di IGN udah
Udah kelar kayaknya ya. Dia lagi GTA roleplay. Tonton siapa guys ya? Lanjut kemarin. Valorant. Kayaknya tonton dulu bukan Valorant 2023 VCT. Udah tonton belum guys? Nih. Ini tahun 2023 guys, nanti guys. Wih, Davai bos.
Hey everyone, today I'm here to share more on our plans for the future of Valorant esports and the experiences we want to create for you next year. The growing Valorant community.
Nggak diganti Indonesia subtitle ya. Nih. Ini buat kalian nonton nih.
And your passion for the game
Ini
pushed
guys.
us to dream big about what this esport could be. We want to build an esport that will meet the overwhelming demand we're seeing in every.
Ini tahun 2023 format untuk VCT kayak gini guys ya.
Superstars and create bigger and more creative shows.
Tuh, bakal lebih gede lagi panggungnya katanya.
Adding in a few new ideas and forming partnerships that will help us realize our dreams for the next edition
Udah
of the
partnership udah
Valorant
GG.
Champions Tour. Next year is going to introduce a new structure.
30 tim.
30 teams competing in 3 new international
Oke,
leagues.
Pasifik ini Asia. Asia jadi bagi dari satu semua.
Our plan is to operate 2 international league splits each season. But as teams will be busy setting up in their new global hubs, we're going to take this opportunity to do something special. To recognize this landmark transition, instead of a regular split, we're going to kick off the next season by hosting the largest international tournament in VCT history.
Anjay. Karena no season, kita semua tim akan diundang ke Brasil.
For 3 weeks of high-stakes competition.
3 minggu loh.
The new rosters, birth new rivalries, and get an early look at who truly won the off-season. This one-time event will start the season in February and crown a winner in early March. The team who places first will earn their league and extra slot at Masters. From there, we're moving into the first competitive split of the year, with stacked rosters competing on LAN week in and week out. Across EMEA, APAC, and Americas, we're going to see a constant stream of
Oke,
international
udah mulai nih guys. Nah, jadi bagi 2 guys. Turnamennya sekali lagi nih ntar nih di bulan setelah Brasil.
We're going to elevate how our esport is showcased and unlock the type of storytelling everyone wants to see. Our major hubs will be based around 3 cities where we will have the deep support to build the best.
Berlin, Los Angeles, sama Seoul. Jadi Paperrex kalau masuk bakal mainnya di Korea.
Providing coverage in multiple languages for fans around the world. This split will begin in March. Last 8
Maret
weeks.
tuh. Ini tambahan lagi. 8 minggu, Cok.
Regional champions in May.
Oke, ada 3 juara.
Nah,
3 juara ini ntar mungkin dapat hadiah. Ntar masternya itu dari 30 tim itu doang. Ntar dipilih yang paling kayaknya 4-4-4 deh harusnya ya. 4-4-4 kalau masuk.
In July, we'll see the return
Masternya
of
cuma
last
sekali
chance
nih.
qualifiers.
Juli last chance qualifier buat ke champion.
Get one last shot to earn an invitation to the most important event of the season.
Nah, ini champion nih kayak TI-nya Dota lah.
LCQs will advance one team into champions. Additionally, in July, we're going to see the debut of the brand new Ascension.
Nah, ini baru nih guys, namanya Assassin Turnamen. Ini buat tim yang nggak masuk ke 30 tim itu, ada kesempatan buat masuk di tahun depannya nanti di 31 kalau nggak salah.
And promotion into the international leagues. The path here will be hard, and aspiring teams will need to battle through two splits that will start in January and conclude with Ascension in July.
Oh tuh, Challenger-nya udah mulai dari Januari buat nyari yang ini guys. Ntar bulan Juli buat masuk ke tahun depan nanti.
After an inaugural season full of new changes and new events, the mission becomes critically simple. Secure the Champions Cup and write your name into the history books.
Anjay.
Teams will be in top form for the biggest event of the season, and we can't wait to see who will stand.
Gila, penasaran sih tahun depan guys bakal sekeren apa guys PCT guys.
We're excited to share the initial details of the 2023 season and our plans for the new VCT. Your support and enthusiasm continues to push us to dream bigger year in and year out, and we hope
Paperrex
you're
nih,
as
bos.
excited as we are. Now it's time to refocus our attention on Champions Istanbul, where the next Valorant World Champion will be crowned on Sunday. We hope to see you there.
Gede banget ya, seru banget ya. Nih. Seru banget, brother.
Really good, and even in their loss on the map, he's been a guy who can step up and kind of avoid that pressure.
Yeah, I mean, just look at him go. The man is just, he's just... RB is one of those players that, like, when he gets, like, really zoned in on something and he's fully focused, he just absolutely excels. We've seen that in his gameplay. We've seen where he can take over rounds, clutch things for DRX. And it's when sometimes those outside factors start coming in, when he starts getting distracted, that we see the old RB that everyone just didn't believe in the playoffs.
Yeah, his highs are high and his lows are lows. But thus far in the playoffs, I think this has been one of those tournaments where we've been seeing the highs, the good moments of RB, at least largely.
Yep, absolutely. Well, we are just about ready to toss it back into map 2. Seth, how are we feeling? You feeling good about the odds?
I think given that they were able to take out
Haven mapnya DRX ya, harusnya bisa 2-0. Kalau DRX sudah prepare apa yang harus di-prepare ya. Kita nggak tahu, let's see.
Didn't really show much. It didn't leave much to be inspired about when they did bring it out versus Loud, but we'll have to see what they've done to adjust.
Yeah, I mean,
Benkai, what do you think it's going to take for them to turn this around on DRX and do what was done to them on their own map pick?
I believe that they really should just change things up completely in a way that there's no way that Doom Bros can anticipate what they're going to bring out.
Yeah. But I think the same is true to an extent for the side of FPX, right? They haven't had to play this
Benkai Boster jadi ini ya, jadi mukanya VCT banget ya. Gara-gara mereka kayak sangat aktif gitu di Riot, jadi mereka jadi analis, jadi player. Harusnya sih kalau di atas kertas ini map kayak DRX sudah 1-0, menang 2-0 harusnya. Kalau Mako panas, Tax panas, kayak bakal kayak tadi lagi. Nah ini si Booster.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they're going to stray away from the Killjoy here. It's, you know, we've seen that in and out from time to time.
Mini a single.
I think it was Yinsu holding the sign as well. But I'm curious to see if they stick with that or maybe have even RB flex over to the chamber.
Oh, coba lu TSM kayak gitu bang, kayak gue nggak bisa deh.
Time to time when they play on Breeze, you could absolutely have that work and then keep Buzz on the Jet where he's able to have explosive performances. Otherwise, another big adjustment that you could do would be have Buzz yet again run chamber on this map and then have RB go for.
Ini udah pasti Stacks pakai bridge, udah pasti pakai bridge dia. Dia tuh pakai, itu selalu main bridge di Heaven, gue tau banget. Heaven bridge. Bas pakai. Bas kayaknya Jet deh. Mungkin chamber deh.
But it's going to boil down to if FPX is going to allow them to have that kind of.
Bener bang, sama kayak DMD udah akleratif tapi dekat sama konsentrasi defense-nya. Iya sih, bener sih.
I believe that DRX they have to have one of the agents that can just dive into the bomb site because I think they're so good at combining utility in a way that their duelists can just create so much space when they go into the bomb site.
Yeah, last time it was Buzz on the Jet. We've seen even in the history of.
Tapi kalau Buzz Jetnya lagi bau itu yang serem, Cok.
When they beat FPX on Ascent, it was Buzz on that agent to pound.
Alright, let's jump into our
FPX pulang
private
seru nih bang di
gaming
lower.
agent
Pasti
select
si
and see if, some of these Jets
FPX
predictions
ngambil
are
defender
actually
harusnya ya.
true or not. Who's going to be playing what here on map 2?
All right.
Whoa.
Okay, we're getting weird. Viper on
Tuh kan
Haven.
nggak ada chamber mereka.
This is not
Viper.
commonality at all.
Viper.
Tell us why.
Because bad.
I don't know if because bad. I've had faith in previous Viper comps. There was a
It's
kind
just
of early 2022 where there was like a trend, particularly in NA, with teams starting to pick up this Viper. I've always liked the ideas, but I feel like people have struggled to find that good implementation. The other big question mark is Chow away from the Fade. They don't want that Fade Raze combo. Instead, he's the solo initiator in this composition. Haven's meta has been defined by these multi-initiator comps in recent time.
Benkai, if you see this and this is a pick that you really don't expect to happen, what are you thinking? Are you thinking they must have a plan to use this to its full potential?
I wouldn't be too surprised because I've really practiced against the Viper on Haven in my region, so I kind of know that I'm pretty sure you'll see any of the rounds, you're gonna see a Viper wall that extends out from C long all the way into that bomb site. Yeah, just like that straight line wall as a default.
How would you rate Viper on Haven out of 10?
Ya agak aneh sih menurut
If
gue. ya.
FPX is doing it, maybe a 6.
That's still not great.
Yeah.
That's if they're playing this well.
Not great. And what are we looking at here on the side of DRX? How is this comp looking to you, Benkai?
It's pretty much
Benkai jadi pintar banget ya di sini ya, jadi analis banget ya.
played Haven, and it is what they're comfortable
Bisa pick
with,
operator
and
bisa
they
di ban
find
bang.
so much success
Maksudnya
with the
gimana?
way they play this.
Cuman
And
dia nggak pakai
I'm not
sofa.
really surprised
Iya.
that they're not changing
Kayak
it
Fed
up,
mereka.
but I have confidence in how
Oleh
they
Fed
get
itu
it.
prowlernya itu sakit banget sih menurut
Yeah,
gue
this
sih.
is a comp that really puts the pressure on Buzz to perform, but also enables him so well to perform. You have the Omen Paranoia.
Prowler, tapi itu prowlernya Fed itu sangat gila menurut gue guys. Kalau makainya bener-bener timingnya selalu pas, bisa ngebunuh-bunuh orang yang masuk set atau orang yang lagi post plan.
And send it to map 3. Let's send it back to Doug and Bala.
Thank you, Chrissy. I think I echo the sentiments of everyone at home, everyone in the venue when I say
2-0 sih harusnya guys, 2-0 kalau gue feeling.
3, but Viper on Haven doesn't instill a ton of confidence.
Yeah, it's funny because they're risking their entire tournament life, their champions life, their year to end because they go for an off-meta pick. And I'm surprised they didn't mention that to Benkai because he's well known for doing that in Copenhagen. So FPX picking a Viper here is super interesting. They're starting on defense. And I'm wondering, obviously, they have confidence in this Angel going for
Kalau
something
gue pick Viper dia masih dua main teman gue bang, iya ya.
It's gonna be hard. I mean, DRX's attack side is so crazy good in terms of getting space with their jet, their executes.
Cypher kenapa jarang di pick sekarang ya? Cypher Benkai doang sih yang pakai di Heaven. Soalnya susah cow, banyak ininya guys. Lu pakai Raze, ada ininya apa? Ada Boombot kalau taruh di bawah. Lu pakai ini ada Prowler, susah cow, susah banget di counternya banyak banget.
Just a little bit ago. Now putting everything on the
Jadi nggak berguna Cypher cow, cuma main AM doang.
Heavy the crown but steady the vision. As they turn their attention.
Valorant mungkin kalau hero-nya udah banyak banget bisa deh main band. Cuman hero-nya baru dikit. Kalau ada band susah, Cok.
What Benkai said, the bread and butter. Buzz going to lead the charge and they're hitting the C site.
There are a couple members here. See the fault line through. Buzz has already gotten up though. Angel on the trade. He manages to get a second. But he's been overwhelmed. He's been outnumbered. Sax is going to get the spike down. All he has is a little bit of utility left. Mako throwing the shoulder arts on the other side. The swing timing is great.
He still got one though.
And the spam is fire too, but you're right, he did manage to get one.
It's planted for Mako here down long. They have no smokes to cover him.
Yeah, well, I mean, he doesn't have anything.
He's
just got one smoke up.
This is actually very doable here for Mako.
Didn't manage to get it to half. Mako repositioning, creeping his way forward.
They heard that.
Taking any inch that he could possibly get. Shaun Zipan try to keep them back. Zipan got it to half. Zipan gets the kill, and he's gonna get FPX.
Kok kalau dapat tadi harusnya dia nggak usah TP ya? Dia nge-pick gitu aja kali guys.
That one way was going down, so that didn't provide any value.
Yeah, it felt really far out.
Yeah. That's DRX classic actually. They like to get the low plant spot. Well, we have the DRX stat on the line.
Bos sudah dapat satu udah GG sih sebenarnya guys.
FPX. The only time they played this internationally with their starting 5 was against Paperrex in the grand finals, and they lost that one. They were relying on it.
Oh, Angel top frag, yoi.
During groups when they had their sub Cider. So pulling it out at the last moment here, knowing DRX is going to pick it into you.
Harusnya artis dapat satu harusnya ya.
Marshall, no armor on the side of DRX whatsoever. the swing is just clean. Manages to get away too.
Difficult to actually get this plant down, given the decay that's going through, but no utility spent to deny.
Dude, Artis is so bold to continue killing. Look at the DRX, they fully send in!
Artis, what?
But Artis has gotten 3 and now he's going by. Artis with 4 on the round!
He picked up the frenzy too and just made quick work.
Dapat 3 dia anjing si Ardis tuh tiba-tiba.
What a play from DRX. Taking surprise to the next level.
But no one surprises Artis. Still has that Marshall. And for him he was re-challenging it, but they never look at him. And when they finally do, it's too late.
There's too many people on that side. The swap is clean too. Did actually end up
ngamuk dia guys 5-1. Waduh dapat ulti nih Ardis nih. Kasih diambil ulti, suruh ngambil ulti nih. Oh enggak, mati aja sih next. Tuh kan, mereka tuh pasti ngambil defense dulu, cok. Si FPX tuh player defense anjing.
And there's no fade to use the C's to combine with the nade, but it's still getting put down by Zipan to control this A lobby. And they've got full of it.
And it puts Artis in such an aggressive spot.
Mereka tuh nggak ada jet user ya. Si DRX nggak ada jet, nggak ada race user ya mereka ya. Gila Immortal Vandal, bu Immortal Vandal nih bos.
It's a one way for them, an Angel to just rip off the split. DRX love to go for these C splits.
And Zipan seems to be wise to it. You see him playing just.
Karena DRX tuh suka bau, nggak tahu kenapa ya.
First gun round for DRX. They still have a lot of tools.
Kalau fight itu emang harus di combo race nggak sih? Kalau nggak sayang cok utility-nya.
Use the first one at A lobby. And since then he hasn't used them, so they're going to be there for this hit. But Sugetsu's just rotated off.
Yeah, and you can tell Angel was thinking about it too. Prowler in the garage, the cloud burst, that should draw the rotation back. There's that one way that you were just mentioning in Buzz, just fully goes into it, challenges what's on the other side. But RB
dapat 3 anjing.
Xiao's going for it even more.
RB on the spam, he's gotten 3 on the round, but Xiao's gonna have to do it by himself. A 1v3, and no.
Dapat dari mana RB cok anjing?
That's a really good job of DRX actually. Not necessarily themselves being proactive at pulling the rotations, but
udah ulti lagi RB cok.
based on the information you're giving FPX there. Eventually they find the timing where Sugetsu's not close. Yes, there's a molly landing at their feet.
Hampir dapat 4 itu.
But the drone that came out of Xiao from the
ada nggak ya shot semua ya?
only spotted 1. And that called the rotation over because he was working his way up B. And usually when you see a lurker coming up towards B, you're expecting an A hit.
Gila, itu spraynya ini banget, halus banget.
Turret up here as they try to control mid. So you get to wait and see if anyone's going to peek forward. Anyone dare challenge that area of the map. Note here, RB has his ultimate. And that is exactly.
Bisa nggak sih nge-spam sini guys nih? Dia nge-spam ke sini cok. Sebenarnya bisa nggak sih? Bisa tahu nge-spam situ. Tembus kan pelurunya.
And remember, no breach in this comp, so it can't be broken easily.
Artis is so far up. 2 shots already through. Space given away, but Buzz creeps forward. It's actually Sugetsu who's able to hold the line for now. You see the fault line go right beside him as Sugetsu gets a second. Sacks in a 1v3, and there's nothing doing there.
That's the type of round you want if you're FPX with this Viper.
Apa tadi RB punya ulti ya? Apa nggak pakai ulti, brother?
Saw how Artis and Angel in the last round have so much staying power in the back of sight there. Just because you're playing a Viper.
Ada ulti kan tuh jadi 3 orang mereka.
Auxiliary one way that's going up. And yeah, I think you gotta call an early timeout here. You didn't really get a chance outside of freeze time at the beginning of the game to discuss what's possible. Now you see it. Now you see how Sugetsu's using his utility. So the first chance for Glow to really.
Waduh, main Vipernya ngeselin sih. Lumayan sih, lumayan ngeselin sih tuh.
On the fly game plan. You need to call an on the fly game plan here.
It's been an area of comfort for the Korean representatives before. We'll see if they can do it again. They find themselves down 2 rounds early in the face of this composition that is
kayaknya mereka ngebaca deh. Mereka lagi live.
Very unheard of.
Yo, you're interrupting his vlog.
Nggak, kayaknya sih ini guys, kayaknya si dia itu udah ngebaca kalau si DRX sering main di C. Makanya mereka nge-pick Viper, gue rasa sih gitu ya. Gua rasa ya. Mereka main one way smoke di garage sudah. Gua rasa sih ya gitu ya. Gua rasa, baru gua rasa, brother.
Remember, they still have RB's ultimate. As you see now, they've got Mako's too, but the buy's not going to be great.
Jadi C mulu soalnya jarang ke A mereka tuh, lihat deh. Mereka jarang ke A deh. Jarang banget ke A. Ini main mid lagi nih, pas ntar ujungnya ke C lagi nih. Wah, hanya 4 nih.
The pit that Sugetsu has up. He's running all the way towards A.
Kita mau W gaming nih kayaknya.
And there's more than just that. Zipan has his ult, Angel has his ult too. Last time on the eco, DRX went straight into B, and looks like they want to do the exact same thing.
And they're going to walk in for free too. They're also going to challenge Link. You see the paranoia out. Buzz has to give some of the space back. Mako gets the spike down.
That paranoia just basically cancels.
Udah one way smoke-nya gila ya. Bagus-bagus banget ya. Kata caster gitu, siapa orang ngasih hobi banget ke C.
Wild post-plant positions. See DRX expecting the aggression, expecting the flank hit through garage. Spam through, and yeah, using the stairs to drop utility. Showstopper, Zipan up top, he gets zest! Now the spam's starting to come through. Xiao gonna try to hold it, Angel taking damage. But Xiao's just gonna hold it the entire way. There's no challenge! There's no one who's able to get him off! And Angel pushes forward! Gets a couple of kills! How are there 2 people at the end of that?
I know FPX won the round, but I'm losing my mind trying to understand what just happened at the end there. Did Mako get a 3K?
Kok nggak mati sih dia?
Look at this. Oh, it was Angel first. Obviously missing the follow-up spray and then the double. Wow. That's pretty impactful. Look at FPX's money. It's not that good. Sugetsu with just the Phantom. And don't forget, they got the pit out that time. So, huge switch in ultimate power now. To DRX's side, they got the breach ult.
Hey, they have 4. They have 4 ults.
Very much known to use that breach ult over towards A. But I wonder if they're hesitant to approach that side because of the Viper wall. They really haven't.
They haven't tested those waters at all, you're right.
Kayak main kompe pas Lopen nggak ada yang pin. Kayaknya mereka nggak ada senjata, Cok. Senjata mereka tuh senjata dekat semua, senjata jauh semua. Sama nggak nge-spray. Mereka pakai Sheriff semua tadi, Cok.
Molly to clear out RB. It's a little trap here. His Phantom's definitely going to stick out. Has to turn it to the left.
There's nowhere to go.
He's alive.
Good night. But 20 HP.
Hey, I'd be rather 20 HP than dead.
Yeah.
And they didn't get any information about that either. I think they must have some inkling because of how aware, and I mean, they've got 3 players basically watching it. Artist, meanwhile, got the op and is just looking down.
Masih baik banget, masih 2, Cok.
Control as well with the trademark. So they're set up for it. Here's the breach ult. FPX, there's nobody actually getting hit by this except for Xiao up heaven. The fast retake is on.
You see double paranoias, as you're right, they swing right through, but Buzz has gotten behind enemy lines first. Zipan on the trade. No, not able to do anything. Xiao drops to his death as he tries to challenge from heaven. And now Artis with an op in a 1v4. He's got to save that thing.
Oh, and he hears it.
The hunt,
RB.
yeah, the hunt is on. RB, who ate the molly at the beginning of the round, is
Mantap momen anjing.
Yeah, that's information now. He's definitely saving. Look, Stacks immediately chasing. Mako.
Teleport's ready.
Not going to continue, actually. They're not going to continue to pursue.
Yeah, how bold do they get in this? They have some time still.
Either way.
Anto momentos
FPX was
anjing.
very prepared for that round. And DRX still brute forces their way through. The Rolling Thunder clears the site. And they follow up with pounds of might. Every single player ready to fight that. That paranoia from Angel did not find
Kalau
out.
dapat tadi miskin tuh, Cok, FPX, Cok.
The dart as well from Xiao, which was trying to combo them together. You see, miss Buzz. The dart's up at that time, but nobody's getting tagged. It's broken at this point. And Xiao was just way too late because he was the guy who got breached.
Ngantuk ya, Bang? Kasih agak lapar sih.
But he's expecting his teammates to find value, and that's why he's committed to that dive.
Halo, Mr. Jack Quinn.
Meanwhile,
Welcome.
I mean, they didn't really spend that much either. RB still has his Killjoy ult. And here's the first time they're challenging this A control.
The nade, the dart.
Mako nih bos katanya. Indomie bang, gue makan lagi gendut. Gue udah gendut banget guys. Gue harus menjaga makan gue. Gue udah makan 2 kali. Kalau OP-nya nggak kena sih enak sih. OP-nya di B kan. OP-nya nggak dapat tadi so.
Artist with the op.
They're rotating.
And he's starting to pull back into A. I mean, they have 4 here.
It's for the most part, it's an eco. Just artists with the op, so setting up for this, and don't forget, they don't have that massive coverage of the ult this time.
You're right, but Chao's here too, and he's got a Spectre. He's got something. Or Artist does too!
Viper for the flash.
What a shot. The second a warning, the paranoia. But they're committing it as Mako is ulted. The wall. The only thing keeping him back, and Mako gets the kill! How
What?
have they gotten this?
What?
You mentioned that it was just
Apaan sih?
But that seems to work out for FPX just fine.
I mean, Mako TP'd right next to Artist, and Artist didn't even look.
Ya aku pengen di Bandung. Halo,
And
halo.
they still win the round. The guy who was potentially going to be the real big problem. Yeah, Mako's right behind
Literally
him.
behind him.
I mean, I've heard Finesse talk about how difficult it is to hear these Omen ults. But that just brings it to another level. Wow.
Perhaps the
Nah,
Symphony was
thrifting
heaven or
nggak tuh?
something.
Well,
Yeah.
Ayolah
also,
men.
Angel
Bikin
just ulted right before, so maybe that's a little confusing. A combination here with the Hunter's Fury off rip. Tried to paranoia from B, but look at Angel.
Mako's in trouble. Mako's in trouble. Mako's been spotted. The heavy aggression in A pays off for FPX as they're not done yet. Angel swinging around. The blades don't land, but Zest's bullets do.
Xiao's still here too.
A 4v2 is Buzz and Zest remain.
And Sugetsu's got his orb up. Look at this. It is brutal.
There's that one way that you were mentioning. Sugetsu holds the line around his utility.
Brutal. Just
Aduh,
brutal from
ngapain
FPX.
lagi tadi tuh? RB nggak pernah pakai ulti dari tadi nih kayaknya nih.
Not only do they have the setup with the Hunter's Fury at the beginning of the round, which is happening right before this, that gives them the space in A main, but on top of it, look at Angel. He's literally down in mid right now. And if they weren't diligent with the Fade utility there, he's getting 2 more easily. And it's an early second timeout used from DRX, their last of the game, and we're only round 9.
Ayolah dia nih pick lu, tapi lu kenapa picknya begini?
Being called here, something. But for them to be using this timeout this early in the map.
It's only 4 rounds down. I think the big thing is obviously still trying to figure out exactly how to play against this complete audible thrown out by FPX on this map. This Viper pick, we haven't seen direct value too much except for maybe that last round, but it's causing a lot of problems indirectly on other sides of the map with
Exxon sama Evan DRX udah ketebak. Iya sih.
And how DRX have mentally approached this. Shifted, I mean, a lot of that. Remember, that prior round before this was the first time they really took a lobby control at the beginning of the round.
Bang nggak nge-vape bang, nggak boleh guys. Harus dihilangin dulu mata gue kameranya baru bisa. Udah kali ya. Gue nge-vape bentar deh, biar nggak lapar. 1, 2, 3, hapa beb.
They do have some key ultimates to work with. I mean, they really have very little here.
Stacks back up, but they're gonna force a retake here immediately.
Buzz pushing his way forward. This feels a bit reckless, and while that's really the only decision DRX have here, look at that. On the other side, Frenzy finds value. First kill going in favor of DRX.
I mean, talk about reckless. It's Angel, of course, the king of recklessness.
Van swinging around, and RB finds another one with the Bucky that was picked up off of Angel. How much more can he find? He's still dancing around, but Xiao and Artist clean him up. There's still a shot at this, but they're so far up.
They don't know there's too many close.
Oh, and Zest is the only one further down. They don't know that Buzz is here. Oh, the shots don't land. Buzz is not able to get any of it.
Bas, kenapa nggak dapet?
That could have been bad.
But it should have been around 2 for them. Remember, they won a light buy already, and they get it close again. This time it's because the gamble in the direction that they're going at the beginning of the round works out. It's only Sugetsu. But there was so much that worked well. The Bucky RB had, up close and personal. And then the wraparound from Buzz, good too. Ooh.
That was clean up from Xiao. Again, another setup to challenge.
Tremor ya si
Look at
Bas
this
ya.
wall, it's different. All the way down mid, and that's a huge threat. Given that the Killjoy turret that RB's been placing always is looking for that mid walk down. Now they have to body check it. And they didn't even realize until now.
But they're gonna challenge it.
Here.
No clue what's on the other side of this right now. Finally, the Prowler clears it, so.
Kayaknya 3 liat, mati dah nih.
At least a little bit of it.
At this point, though, it doesn't really give FPX any more value.
Zipman has ult here. You gotta be careful. They're all in there. The paranoia. There's the ult! RB's done! Rolling Thunder through!
Almost
but
dodged.
was he able to get past it? No. Sugetsu tucked, safe. He's so patient. Waiting, baiting his team and anticipating the flank out! And Sugetsu gets 4!
Cok, nggak kok cek eng.
It is getting overwhelming. These rounds out from FPX. And it's not the rounds you expect.
He walked into him. He bumped him.
It's the gun round where they're dominating. It's the light bias that DRX is putting something together. And it's to the point now that DRX is going to force every round. More
Aduh,
stingers
nggak
out,
cek
hit
angle
down
dia.
long seat.
They're once again going to push into A.
Look at Sugetsu. He's going all the way down his pit right now. If there's anything committed here to this A hit, he's flanking fast.
Buzz is tucked up in a tiny corner. Remember, RB still has that ult, by the way. Had it for a few rounds now. They're going to use a drone for him to swing, but they don't know someone's on the other side. He's got to be patient. He's got to be careful. A judge waiting, but it's too far away.
He gets out too.
They had the trap set up.
And look at the hesitancy from DRX to walk past this wall in short. There's just too much threat on the other side of it. Finally it falls, but at this point, starting to rotate back. RB has no space to actually use his
Aneh
ultimate.
banget cok, sumpah ini si RB kenapa nggak pernah pakai ulti ya?
And because they got the pick, perfectly comfortable to sit back now.
There's just so much control. Even if you take a Rod, you're going to have to clear him out somehow.
Don't forget, Zipan has this
Bulan
nade here
3
too
sih
to
kayaknya.
deny the plan. With 30 seconds left, it's dangerous.
30 seconds left.
Backs up, gives a space. There's an aid that you're just mentioning. The satchel too.
RB's off of
Just
it.
to be sure. RB's managed to get one with the judge, and he is going to get the spike down. What a shot out from Zipan, dude. He's been outrageous.
Baru pakai buat post plan cok.
Finally, we see that ult used. And Sugetsu has abandoned the pit. He's starting to challenge over on site. RB has fallen. Zipan has gotten another. Saxon's Zest so weak. Saxon, he's gonna have so much for him. Oh, and it's the quick.
Quick scope, ini anjir, quick change anjing.
A sleight of hand goes his way. We had a lot of questions around the Viper pick into Haven, and well, it seems to be working.
And it's funny too because I was with Benkai on the desk. The first thing I was thinking about was how you're approaching the attack side. And there's clear
Pusing bang, pusing
value to
cok.
it. On
Kenapa DRX turun?
9-2 already.
Ayolah, Zes nggak nyala lagi. Zes harusnya pakai sofa. Salah pakai ini. Pakai sofa better.
Even if they start a little comeback.
Angle-nya banyak, bisa dicek-cekin
No
semua.
timeouts that entire time.
5 picknya si DRX tapi malah dibalikin. Aduh.
Early paranoia. And again, to fight for a main. Angel's
Push
gonna take
lagi.
long, and he's going to continue to push alongside Zipan. While DRX really not interested in that right now. They have the alarm bot to cover and make sure there's no flank coming around. They can focus more so on C here.
Smoke just put down on B.
Itu B-nya kosong cok, B-nya aja, masuk
There is
B-nya.
a lot
Aduh.
of presence here for
Kok ke AC?
FPX over towards A.
They might rotate back.
Plenty of opportunities still to decide what to do. 1 minute left. But the thing for FPX is they're committing so many bodies on this side.
C-nya ada 2 cok.
Fast, they commit anywhere else other than A.
Mati si C-nya nih.
Don't think that, yeah, it's probably not going to that one way once again, man. The one way is so good.
One way-nya udah tahu ada one way, masih masuk situ lagi, cok.
Oh, okay. Mako with 2 huge entries.
He's weak. He's gonna ult. He's going back site. They have full site control.
But look at the flank.
Spike planted.
I think RP's utility just went down, so I'm not sure they're really aware of this. It's triple flanking right now going on.
The drone to clear out garage. You see the smoke instantly as a response, while the rest of them are going to try to make their way down long. But there's utility there. Zipan's already gotten one.
Huge drone too.
How much more can he find? Smoke's concealing the positions of the remaining DRX players. This FPX has to go forward. The tap, the swing, Zest holds it. But Xiao, can he do it himself? A 1v2 utility in his face, but he manages to dodge it. The halt was there too to give him away.
Itu dong, 9-3.
What a spray through the box there from Zest and Stacks too, just committing to it. And a solid idea for
Basnya sedima 12 anjing.
DRX
12 roundnya mati sih, Bas.
9-3, the one way was good, the comp is good, FPX looks good. Let's throw it down to the desk.
Thanks so much, guys. An absolutely dominant half by FPX on DRX's map pick. One player I think we should talk about, Mimi, though, is Sugetsu.
Yeah, I mean, this guy comes out and makes a crazy choice in pulling out the Viper here, but has looked really incredible with it.
He's just been
Gila, anjing 300 ACC, bro.
This defending half from him, the trigger discipline as well to be able to keep up that 4K over at C, just tucked into the corner. DRX
Mereka lagi nyambi ya, Bang Yo.
They
Iya.
don't check for it whatsoever. And Sugetsu is able to just go ahead and take complete control of the round. I love the setups. The one ways there to cut off garage vision and everything just to make easy pickings for artists look fantastic. My biggest question though is how is this going to look? How are they going to pilot it on the attack?
Yeah, so especially on this round 5, which I like to call the battle of the minds, you know, after they took that tech toss, I believe FPX would have said that they didn't have enough A-long control and they were anticipating DRX to hit A, but DRX made the counter call to go into B with that round. But FPX just had such a strong retake.
Live menang ini mah berikutnya apa, Bang? Ntar gue liat.
Yeah, and that's a big question, Seth, as we look ahead towards the second half. How will the Viper play out on the attack? It's been a while since we've seen Viper played on this map when we get over to that side. And the big question is, what are they going to do? Because for DRX, they tend to be really heavy when they play this defense on holding down extremity control, holding down A lobby. This is where Buzz is getting most of his kills on this map. But now, you kind of have to change the style that you're playing when you're up against DRX. I think their priority is going to be, when you're up against FPX on this comp, because their priority is going to be
makan ramen enak kali ya, ramen Korea guys.
Super potent with that Viper, and also having the opportunity to play strong with the lurk game when you have that agent in the mix.
Yeah, curious to see how this one's going to go down. I looked back, this is the first time that FPX have ever run Viper on this map, so it's already been a long time since we've seen it generally played on Haven, but it's a first look for FPX. So far, it's strong. We have to see how the attack goes.
Yeah, but I just want to be able to see like more use of the agents in terms of elevation on the side of FPX, because they have the Raze, the Omen, and the Chamber. All 3 agents can just get up onto high places and just play like
DRX tuh apaan nih? Mako. Gila, Mako banyak yang fansnya, Cok. Mako, Cok.
Into the second half of the map, let's throw it back to Doug and Bala.
Kita gendut makan lagi, Bang. Iya, nggak tahu nih, gue lapar, Cok.
Chomping at the bit of the possibility of fracture. And I know we're not quite there yet, but we're so bloody close, Bala. FPX have to be able to close this map out in order to get there, and it certainly seems like there's the potential. We're gonna get to see this Viper on attack and what they have cooked up. You see that wall towards A already. And they're just gonna challenge right into it. They're sending 3 into the lap of Artis. He's only able to get 1 as he's blindsided by Buzz.
And already you see the autonomy that Buzz needs on this side that the desk was mentioning, and Mako as well cleaning up this A lobby control that FPX started with.
I'm liking that aggression out from DRX already. Mako's gonna get spammed through, counting his lucky stars that he stays alive.
And he goes for even more. That was risky, but doesn't get punished. The advantage now for DRX, and already the biggest tool in the kit for FPX with this comp, that Viper.
3 lawan 4, tapi 2 low. Pokoknya sama 3 lawan 3 sini.
Certainly gone at this point, so the pivot is in for Angel. He's already used one of his smokes to smoke off that alarm bot, but that means no smokes available here, and he's bought a Sheriff too, so that's not coming up for another 40 seconds.
Xiao choosing to hold onto the drone and them just contact in.
Zip on top.
Ya, kalah sih.
Evens it out, equality immediately. And the spike planted too. This guy has been so good. They're going for a setup to bait All three players up close though.
Xiao and Angel, close by. Angel looking around. Xiao may be first contact here. As the leader for FPX, has to check every single angle his way. And he lands the first right in between the eyes. Looking for the second, dancing around the utility. Oh! It's actually Xiao who's in trouble. But Xiao gets it down to 1v1. It doesn't land. Stacks, you're right. A bit ahead of the play.
Let's go.
And not to
Let's
state
go
the obvious, but that
DRX.
was
Maju, maju
unbelievably necessary here for
DRX. Yo,
DRX.
DRX.
And it was
Yo.
so close. That aftershock was huge. All three players, remember, they were playing tight. All of them close. Zipron on top of that box. Can't do anything there. Has to get off, and that's why Stacks easily takes him down.
Lihat wallnya guys, lihat wallnya guys.
Back to that same
Tapi wallnya
wall.
aneh sih, itu wall yang menurut gua
Flashback to 2021
wall yang
Reykjavik.
susah. Kalau buat attack susah sih wallnya guys.
Remember the disrespect that DRX showed this wall in the previous round. Fully sending 3. This time, a bit
Kamu
more
ngadukan
temperate,
Paperrex
a bit
bang,
more
udah kalah. Udah kalah,
Artist was there.
brother.
That could have been easily 2 kills for Artist.
Dua smoke. Iya sih, cuman kayak wallnya itu
Want to be
menurut
taking that
gua
risk every single time. Keep them on your toes.
makanya itu wallnya itu yang gak terlalu efektif pakai
See a
Viper
man
di
on his
taker
screen
ya.
right now, the only one with a weapon, trying to keep DRX on their toes, the stinger in his hand.
Angel with the sheriff again.
Pako dapat
Angel's
satu.
gone.
Yeah.
And I like how Artist, goes for the knife on the, the prowler. But they do get all the way up here, and you actually have Zest rotating off, so Buzz alone with just the Bulldog. The nice thing about it, he's avoiding and completely ignoring the wall.
Nice shots out from Zest. Oh man, he wanted more. He got a little greedy, he got a little hungry, but they're still finding space. Sugetsu still has that stinger.
Get that Bulldog too, it might be on top of the box. Yeah, Xiao not able to recover it, so it's just Sugetsu.
Just a bit far, and remember, he's weak. He's got to get into an aggressive position to really maximize the value of that weapon.
And he has to bait for the player in the corner Sugetsu. I like that they're going heaven. Maximize the range here.
Sugetsu
Wait, that missed?
up.
It missed?
RP on the drop, he's still concealed behind.
He's in the cubby.
Wall. The spam is there, but he still holds his nerve. He's patient, but there was way too much. He had chances, but he took none of them.
And look,
Oh, Stinger jadi OP sih bang, OP tahu Stinger. Kalau yang pakai jago OP guys, kalau yang pakai kita nih aduh. Like dulu dong guys, bikin 200-300 like gitu loh. Masa like-nya cuma 100, yang nonton 800, aduh gimana sih kalian ini pelit-pelit banget like, pencet tombol like dulu kalian bisa.
discussion that they had about what exactly could come out from FPX with it already finding dividends.
Sugesu pinter banget dia, emang Sugesu pinter parah anjay.
Took them a long time to
Bang, makasih Bias Len, makasih Daf Malik, makasih Palpin.
No value was found from it is massive. See an exchange of utility, and again, DRX continue to challenge this wall in A. Look at how far up Buzz is. Look at how far up Mako is. He's already cleared it. And a Prowler through.
And a Prowler too.
Nobody here on this side. They've got a 180 turret to spot when they do hit the C side, but it's going to be way too late at that point. So they have to do a 5v5 retake on their bonus, where they're already disadvantaged. Also, note that trip by Artist, it's very, very off.
3 flank.
And Angel could potentially
4
swing
flank,
with it if he's there in time, and I think he might just be. He just put down a smoke back on Garage, and no, he's not working his way back, so early warning system's not going to do that much.
Well, actually, Angel's back. He paranoias, and he's just going to get away. Tuck tail, try to stay alive. He sees the other paranoias swing right by him. Artist now has arrived. Reinforcements found! So much reinforcements, Artist falls. Can Angel do anything here? Nothing. You mentioned the concerns around the bonus, and every single shot seems to be going wide for FPX. Zip and in a 1v4, he swings around! Oh, but he only gets one.
Let's go, baby!
Takes down Zest there. That's a 1 round.
Guys.
1000%.
Makanya like dulu, kalau nggak like gue bikin sulap nih. 1, 2, 3, kita sulap bersama, yuk! Boom!
Zipon was so close. And they do convert the bonus. This was a problem for them. Before we took our little break, when they played their game against Fnatic, It's converting these bonuses.
Nggak kena
All right.
Oh boy.
We got the new spray in the game, and it's featured here in the crowd. 9-3 curse, is it real?
Might be a bit too early to say, but DRX sure are making believers out of a lot of people.
Parah. Salah apa sih gue parah. Keren sulapnya.
Have a timeouts of their own, and it's really important that they're doing this, forcing these ones out from FPX, because it gives a chance for Glow to instill a sense of game plan on this side. I think the nice part about switching the
Esternya berat sebelah. Emang iya?
Those game plans are a lot more fluid. It doesn't necessarily matter what FPX is throwing at you on attack. You're adapting to every individual
kemana?
and not the entire.
Sugetsu, kamu.
Multiply, like all sites are getting affected by Sugetsu.
Right. Certainly allows you to dial in a bit more to what you're seeing. Again, you heard during that timeout, the DRX fans are rolling deep, they're loud.
Rolling in the deep.
FPX investing a decent amount here. Everybody with light armor.
Oke, bakal ke comeback sih harusnya guys ya.
They got into a really weird situation when it came down to the gun rounds.
Udah kaya banget sih ini.
So they
DRX
have to
nih.
find
Momentumnya didapat banget sih.
into the back of DRX. And that's a great way to start it. Zip on all the way down. Short control has completely used this wall to its full effect, but look at the counter from DRX.
A 3-man flank through mid.
Trademark's gonna spot it, but they are all the way committed. Do they have some protocol to hold this back, and is it going to weaken their actual retake hold in their post plan?
Look at how far Zipan is. And he's got his ultimate. They're gonna see this flank attempt re-emerge as Artist tries to hold the line by himself. Viper's Pit used from Seagate 2.
Wow, udah sini.
A deep one too. And Zipan might be the trap that's laid. He's now pushing his way forward into the mid, repositioning as he's expecting the retake come through, and Artist re-challenges, but he goes Icarus, he flies way too close to the sun. Mako and Zest getting 2 massive kills. Spike ticking away, Buzz finds one, the pit should go down, and they just get destroyed.
Again,
Buzz 1 HP guys.
From a quite decent investment. All 5 players light armor again, a Stinger bot.
Punya ulti sekarang.
From Sugetsu used as well.
2 ulti. Rapi banget ya.
Same result. Thankfully their loss bonus is quite high at this point.
The second challenge up from Artist.
The thing with the Viper's Pit there is everybody who's within that Viper's Pit is not able to help. So you notice that haunt lit up 2 players. Those are the players who are not expecting to be able to have to deal with the haunt on their own.
Oke, Bas mulai bangkit guys ya. 3 ulti sih harusnya bisa ya.
They haven't really shown anything different out of this wall from Sugetsu either. I think every round on attack has been that one.
Angel hari-hari blood break.
So many layers on top of it still to deal with. Shock dart to clear out. Angel's on top as well. They're double pushing the high.
Paranoia to clear out A-Link.
They've cleared the site at this point.
Yeah.
And don't forget, there is so much post plant here.
Yeah, Shao's Hunter's Fury, Zipan's ult too. And look at Artist, once again going on the flank. And the timing is going to work out, isn't it?
Oh!
Zipan finds nothing, but again, Artist's flank is everything. Oh gosh, missed a couple shots
Buzz
there,
anjing.
but Buzz finds 3.
The defuse is getting stuck right now. The mollies are only 1 is out. Second one going out now, but they could easily stick this through. Shao still with the ult though.
They've gotten it to half. The layers are there.
He's going for it.
Buzz is going to try to do it. They bait out the Hunter's Fury. Time is not plentiful here. Buzz trying to dance around it, but he's going to take too much damage. He has to pull off every single time.
They're sticking!
There's no way.
They got it!
They dealt with every layer thrown their way.
DRX making a quick case in the second
Dapat
half.
comeback kan? Nggak percaya kalian comeback.
Definitely still here to close out this match. What a round from Buzz.
Gila sih Buzz, cok.
My goodness, that shot on the Artist. And the final nail in the coffin stacks as well. The failsafe.
Bas panas, pala pusing. Bas panas, pala cenut.
To making the case. And this Viper was absolutely not fruitful.
What a comeback, man. That's just insane.
Resiliency
ada
shown
Mako.
by this team
Yeah.
Mako
throughout
akan
this
kecek nggak ya?
tournament, with the exception of one series, the Loud series, has been ridiculous for a team that has gone through so much trials and tribulations in terms of late
Oke,
tournament.
mereka akan kecil sih. Mereka dapat info OP-nya nggak di C.
Tragedy that often ensues around those moments. Mako repositioning around the nade. He's going to spot so many players. He's going to spot so much utility, and that's a spike. The paranoia out, and it's going to hit so many members. It stalled it, but Angel goes forward
flashnya
again by
anjing.
himself, and he dies. Artist is taking garage.
Waduh, Artis nge-whip, cok.
No shot is landing from FPX. DRX seem incapable of doing wrong, and it just continues. Mako with the shock dart in his lap gets 4.
And the game is all tied up. That right there, classic DRX round. There's just so much good utility to break up the hit from FPX. Yeah, the paranoia's coming through. There's the fault line to stun Zipon. He's alone. Angel gets flashed by Stacks there. Moments before.
Gila, Mako dapat 4 anjing. Enggak, emang guys. Tim-tim yang kuat gitu guys. Tim-tim yang kuat tau nggak? Tim-tim yang kuat itu. Emang biasanya itu kuatnya di defense coy. Kalau M-nya kencang, di attack itu jarang guys. Yang M kencang di tank banget itu guys jarang guys. Susah tahu attack itu. Karena lu kan nyari musuh. Kalau di defender tinggal nge-hold angle, cok, enak banget. Defend tuh makanya orang bilang makanya kuat banget di defend karena itu, cok. Karena kalau hold angle itu bener-bener bisa ngebuat perubahan banget, coy. Buat ini, buat apa? Buat permainan. Aduh, goblok.
But he's gonna re-challenge. Really has no choice otherwise. And they're all flashed up. They can't see a dang thing. Oh my gosh, Buzz gets another. It's all there. All hail
Korean jet nih, bos.
Long may he reign.
Just shutting down every single approach. And remember what I said about DRX and how they're interrupting the op ability of artists.
Kencang juga, Sao.
FPX is doing the same thing to Buzz, but he still does not care.
Unreal. Buzz is a bloody demon.
Wah, anjing udah ding lagi, cok, masih Sao.
The lead is gone.
And we just came back from halftime.
Makanya kalau tim-tim yang main disiplin pasti grinding poinnya lewat defender, coy. Ya kan? Tadi FPX nge-pick defender dulu kenapa? Karena dia mau dapetin poin banyak kan, dapat 93 kan. Tapi balik lagi ternyata defendernya DRX juga kuat banget tuh kan, pusing kan.
And Angel stunned.
Wide-eyed.
Just stunned.
Guys, mau tahu satu rahasia nggak? Kalau kan tutup mata keren begini, nih, terus kalian diem aja.
From a Korean team since our very first global
Pasti ada
tournament.
iklan.
3 rounds away from tying new
Oh, nggak ada ya?
at the very first break.
Nggak kena ya? Oh, nggak kena sih.
Their best
Nggak ada.
result.
Ulang.
They already hit that notch.
Ini.
And they're trying to take it 1 notch further.
Ada nggak? Ada nggak?
Still not over.
Ada.
This FPX team has shown so much magic throughout this tournament. And against this team,
Luntur ilmunya.
trying to hype them up a little bit because they need it.
Hilang guys, luntur ilmunya
Not a
guys.
single round won so far on this attack side. Not a single round.
Baru iklan lagi biar banyak AdSense-nya.
And again, FPX seem historically comfortable in these situations.
Gue saja mencet tombol iklan kayaknya nih guys ya.
Really but survival before them. And it's just been nothing this half.
There's an easy way to push Buzz off the angle. And DRX look like they want to try to fight back against the wall, which they haven't really done so far. They've been really relying on fighting the execute that gets thrown out.
Lot kayak juara. Kayaknya sih juara Lot ya. Dari performa sih mereka sangat stabil dan sangat persisten guys ya. Sensi kecil, sensi gede. Ini ada plus minus ya. Sensi kecil akurasi kamu lebih mantep pasti pas nge-headshot. Sensi besar lebih enak saat kalian banting-banting mouse-nya. Soalnya bantingnya cuma dikit tapi kalian bisa lihat belakang, lihat situ gitu. Lebih susah sensi besar, tapi kalau misalnya kalian bisa masterin sensi gede, itu lebih gede, itu lebih office apa sih bilangnya kan ya? Lebih menguntungkan lah.
Satchel up play from Zipon.
Shock dart didn't clear it out. Artist has to do it himself.
And we've been here before. This time, the utility in the post plan is significantly less. No Hunter's Fury, only one Molly. No ult from Zipon either. They have to play on site.
Who's the catalyst for FPX? Who stops the bleeding? Who's the band-aid?
Where are you?
First shot fired, Buzz with the op, still holding things out. Oh my gosh, I thought that was a hit. Artist is repositioned. Xiao has found one on his S. Buzz creeping forward. Xiao still close by. Blades in his back pocket.
Ollie's out.
Mako has gotten into half, and he's gonna stick it the whole way. He's just gonna stick it the whole way!
Nice!
FPX look lost! They look befuddled!
One enemy remaining.
And I think they are scratching their head because where did that Molly go? Sugetsu definitely fired it off. Maybe he used it really early. But I think it just missed entirely. It went over to the left. You just saw it get used. He's using it to try to delay them getting in the sight rather than...
And the post.
Itu Wilson! Wilson!
Now.
Wilson
You've
anjing.
seen it so many times on their face. The reactions from FPX, they just have no clue what to do.
And that's a scary place to be, man.
Angel's ulted. He's all the way up in heaven right now. And the aggression from DRX right now might get punished. The drone to push him back, they have to go through that wall. And they can't retreat. There's no way forward.
He's so bold! Buzz uses the blades. Xiao close by. Yeah, the spike's been planted, but Xiao's in a world of hurt. Oh my gosh. It was ugly, but that's okay. It works out.
And the trades are huge, but they're coming fast behind them.
They're flanking the flankers. Sugetsu's there, and he's gonna kill, but no! Zest is wise to it! Artist has managed to get one, and he's gonna be flanking around. Angel's not around. Artist has to do it himself, but 1v3, a fault line before him, and the spam is good!
Pulang! FPX pulang! Pulang, pulang, pulang! Pulang, pulang, pulang! FPX pulang!
Korea strong, DRX strong, fighting their hardest to make it to that podium finish, something that has eluded them their entire career.
Anjir, Zes.
And it is one round away. DRX is one of the most consistent teams at making it to global events, but so often they fall. Finally,
Nggak dikasih sama sekali, Cok. Nggak dikasih sama sekali, guys. Dari 3 loh.
And they're making history.
And they're making a play. 2 down mid. A little bit of early aggression, a little bit of early space denial. You've got Buzz holding that window too.
Wah, kena sih kalau main mid nih. Main mid nih, Cok. Main mid, Cok.
Main mid, Cok. Angel's no longer around. Buzz, your shot's gonna miss, but he's gonna proc the dash. Takes another and gets away. A 4v4.
Equality achieved, but no space except for Artist. Look at him, all the way up.
And he has the chance to find so much value here. But Buzz on the other side, keeping things back. Artist 2, just there. No, just 1. No magic. No Artist. Sugetsu and Xiao.
Nah, kurs anjing.
The dynamic duo for FPX.
Semua tim tuh attacker-nya susah, guys. Lihat, guys. Jadi attacker itu nggak gampang, brother.
30 seconds left.
And RB, who's blossomed so much in this role, in this tournament. But DRX mere moments away from putting them down. You see it. Oh, RB.
He has help.
Yes, he does. And it's massive help, too. The challenge is there. They're going to swing right into it. They both fall!
Yes!
DRX has done it! They usurp the throne! Take down FPX and advance!
Top 3, coy!
It was your reigning champions! And DRX has sent them home. Top 3 now for the Koreans. And they keep taking
Gila,
down
2-0, bos. Dilibat defendernya langsung. Nggak dikasih napas ya.
They're not done, man.
9-3 langsung set 12-9 brother. Terima kasih dulu guys, GG buat DRX teman-teman, kita udahan dulu karena udah 2-0. Makasih banyak teman-teman semua udah nonton, makasih yang udah like, share, subscribe. Jangan lupa follow Instagram, bos schedule of streaming belajar lagi. Kita udahan dulu, besok gua ada event bareng teman-teman Jaya Sport di One Piece premiernya Red ya guys ya, film Red ya, oke? Thank you, makasih yang sudah like, share, subscribe. Sampai jumpa di Nobar besok malam mungkin guys ya kalau ada ya, oke? Final sih, gue pengen nobar finalnya sih, oke? Thank you teman-teman semua, sampai jumpa sih on the bye bye.